Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Grand Finals of Championship Sunday. It is eUnited playing against RushieZ for it. Oh, the spring major is about to come to a conclusion, but before it does, we have unfinished business. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by J Ribs and Ryan Fools. Boys, it's finally time to get it started. First off, Ribs, it's good to see you again, brother. John was in my place before. Now I'm back, baby. How you feeling?
Well, thank you for filling in for the host. We love to have you. I like this desk. We had this desk in the past before. But yeah, I'm feeling great. Grand Finals, we're going to be crowning some new champions regardless of what happens next. The storylines, I mean, I can't believe it. Both teams taking out KCP here on Sunday. A much like needed revenge win for both of these teams.
That's right.
And now we're going to make history, and we talked about it all weekend. There's not much time left for some of these players to get their first championship. Well, hey, these players are taking advantage of what time they do have. Can't wait to see what happens.
Ryan, this is a big moment for both rosters. Obviously, you've been, watching these guys compete. Some of them you've even worked with. This Grand Finals, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, I'm just super excited for both of these teams. Obviously, we've had one team kind of dominating for a long time, which if anyone knows how that feels, it's me. But there's been a team dominating for a long time, and I love the fact that we're going to get, a group of new first-time winners. This isn't going to be one of those situations where, one guy in the team hasn't won before, like the Bronny situation. There's going to be, three first-time major champions, no matter what the outcome is. So I'm so happy that's going to be one of these two teams. I have so much love for both of these organizations, so many great people that have just been supporting our game for so long. So, I'm obviously looking forward to a great match, but I feel it feels very wholesome right now because I just know that there's going to be just a group of players who are just so happy to win their first. There's going to be an organization that's going to celebrate their players, celebrate their victories. So this is just a feel-good tournament, feel-good win.
That's it. It's a big shift, isn't it? KCP's been dominating, but no longer. We're going to have a new champion by the end of tonight. But let's get into it. Let's talk about our Grand Finals format and how it's going to end up working out. Maybe you're not familiar or you haven't been here for Grand Finals. It's a best-of-9 series, so stamina is going to be of the utmost importance. The winner's bracket team begins with a 1-0 map advantage. Obviously, if you're just joining us, I'll tell you, it's eUnited. So they, in fact, are going to be up 1-0, which makes RushieZ's job that much more important to win map 1 to even up the odds. Very simple. Hopefully you don't have any questions. If you do, I'm sure aces out there would be happy to answer them all. But boys, it's time to get into it. We've got two rosters, and Ryan, you alluded to the fact we're about to have some new champions. First, let's talk about eUnited. Who are we looking at to be those new champions?
Yeah, so that guy on the far left's got a whole lot of championships in his pocket, so we're going to quickly move over him and talk about his teammates who are fighting for their first. You have TJ, Demise, and Dyslexic. TJ and Demise have won an MSP before, but they have not won a major. Obviously, more money, more prestige. They're looking for their first major championship. Two incredible players that have been playing together for so long. And then you have Dyslexic, the phenom coming out of the Latin American region, really came alive in this title. He's that Mexican flag down there, right? He has that whole LATAM region gunning for him. I guarantee you there's so much support coming for this player and this team. Again, an incredibly strong team, obviously coming out of the winner's side, having that 1-0 advantage. They have been looking like titans all tournament long.
All tournament long, man, and even Dezo sending up a prayer his way after losing just a little bit earlier. But it takes two to tango. Let's talk about our other dancer, Ribs. Of course, I'm talking about RushieZ.
Yeah, RushieZ, this is their first ever appearance. Understand that. As an org, first ever appearance in a grand final in a major, all right? We're not talking mid-split playoff. We're not talking invitational. This is a team who's making history for an org that has represented Gears and supported Gears for so long. It's almost like it's scripted, and I love every second of it. All four of these players obviously making it to the grand finals. They deserve to be here. They've been playing out of their minds. INZEM, I think this is by far his best performance throughout a weekend and into a championship Sunday. DeTox and Avexys always been two of my favorite players to watch, and then RushieZ, just such a smart, he almost reminds me of how I used to play in the back, just always doing what his team needed, but at the same time he's stepping it up. He always used to do that, but to a fault. He's making so many plays. This RushieZ roster is playing out of their minds. Can't believe they made it this far, and I can't wait to see what they do in this grand final.
And it means so much to Avexys, right? I mean, he's been representing this RushieZ roster since their introduction into Gears Competitive, and now it's finally time to bring a championship home. I know that's going to mean so much to him. RushieZ also, just like Powerz, a champion, right? But then you have three members on RushieZ who are looking to be newly founded champions. But let's take a look at our maps, because, of course, we have to break those down, right? We've got a lot of them, and I guess, Ryan, maybe if you want to go ahead and take it. Ritual, of course, that's not going to be played eUnited already there, but let's talk about checkout map 2.
Yeah, I mean, no, Ritual is going to get played. You look at the top, Taylor.
Yep,
That's his pick. I know you just got here, but that is a map pick, right? So no, we're gonna kick off on Ritual. And when I looked at the series, when I looked at sort of the overview of this, Taylor, we kind of talked about it prior to the starting, right? We kind of looked back at what are the maps they played last time these guys faced off, right? They faced off in the winners bracket already. That went the way of eUnited. So I was kind of looking to see which one of those maps we'd repeat, where do we see them in the cycle. The first one you mentioned is Ritual. So Ritual was played in that series, and it was won by eUnited. One thing you heard Affinity say, and you saw him talking about on social as well a little bit, is that when you're the team that loses, you have the chance to make the adjustments. So this RushieZ roster has the opportunity now to make some adjustments on some of these maps. The other two they lost were Checkout and Vasgar. Checkout is going to be your second map, and Vasgar is going to be the third. So the three maps that were lost in that series are going to be the first three. So if there's ever a time to make the adjustments, they're going to have to be made quickly because you're going up against some maps that you already lost to this team.
And RushieZ, obviously, I got to get your opinions on the maps as well.
Yeah, no, that's tough. That's really tough. The fact that they just lost on these three maps earlier on Saturday, and I agree with Ryan tenfold, and I also have so much respect for RushieZ. DeTox gave his respect to Affinity in saying that he helps us prepare so much. So when I said on Saturday that they were going to lose to eUnited, I said it. That was my prediction, and I believe I was the only one who predicted that eUnited would win. I also said that I think these two teams will run into each other again, and I was kind of setting up that storyline, kind of just a belief of mine. I thought it'd be maybe a losers finals, though. The fact that it's a grand final, it just means that much more for both of these teams. I think RushieZ can make the adjustments and come away with some of those maps. I don't think they'll win that first map. I think that's just eUnited's home is that Ritual, but I think they could steal away that Checkout.
I mean, keep in mind, they do lose that first map. I mean, that they start with a 1-0 lead, too. So next thing you know, you're sitting at an 0-2, and a couple more maps are already lost. Now, what I will say is, if they can manage to win, 1-3 or 1-2, if they can get out ahead and get a couple maps early, that next map that follows is District, the map that they did win in that series, a map we know RushieZ is very strong on. So those first four maps to me are going to be so important. It makes that series so dynamic, and despite the fact that it's a repeat, right? So that's what I'm looking the most forward to.
And honestly, we have seen RushieZ in the past, whether it be Pro League or E-Days, beat eUnited on the first three maps too. So there is a chance they do it. But granted, we do have to take the most relevant history, which is just yesterday when they played against eUnited. And I think that's going to be freshest in our minds. But Fran, he might have finished off his weekend, but he's not finished with his keys to victory. Let's look at his keys to victory and start off, of course, with eUnited. Hey, let's break it down, Ribs.
Yeah, he's going to say MV Powerz, calling it out right now, which is very, very likely that if United wins this, when they win this, that Powerz will be crowned our MVP. And he's saying, use your wisdom, help your teammates. He's been doing that, like Ash has said. He is zoned in, he's focused, he is scary right now, and he's helping his team facilitate and play their best as well. And then Discipline with another pun. Shout out Dyslexic, keep playing perfect. Yeah, I mean, he's got the entirety of his region on his back. I said this would be his breakout event. He is still, in my opinion, the most dynamic player. He plays the fastest. He's the most mechanical skilled. I think a lot of other Gears players would agree that he plays with a little bit different type of movement than anyone else. I love watching that, and I'm so proud of how he's played throughout this weekend.
He's incredible. I've been following him since the very beginning, and nobody supports that man more than him. And by the way, I did catch it, Ribs. You said win, and then you said, or excuse me, you said if eUnited wins and changed it to win. Maybe maybe a prerequisite to who you're picking. Now, RushieZ, of course, on the opposite end, Ryan. What does Fran think they need to do to get a victory?
Yeah, they have to trust each other. You cannot have any of those kind of hesitation moments. If someone makes a call in game, if someone makes a push or rotation, don't think twice. Go. Trust your teammates. Focus on your teamwork. This RushieZ roster has been together for a while. They've played together for a while. They have all the chemistry in the world. They just got to make sure that their teamwork is on point. You especially need your teamwork to be on point when you're going up against a roster that, like you guys said, has insane mechanical skill. Because if you give them an opportunity to show that, they're going to cook you all day, right? So you got to use your teamwork you have. And then on that same kind of note, minimize the clutch opportunities for this eUnited team, right? They have 4 players who can pop up for 2-piece, 3-piece, 4-piece, 5-piece, and 6 pieces at any given point in time. So do not let them do that. When you have those round advantages, close them out, finish them. Don't let them steal it away with some 360 reaction shot. Just close it out. Hit your LTs, get some Lancer fire in there, and just make it easy.
Back to basics, right? And I think RushieZ has done that quite well. I've been talking about all day long and really all weekend long with Toby about RushieZ playing, you know, not for the miraculous shots in the 3 pieces, the 6 pieces, as you said, but that would be a full dinner and make me full. But they've been going back to their ABCs and just playing good gears, and that's what wins you championships. But of course, the time has come to put yourselves on the spot. And Ribs, I think you already gave away your prediction, so I'm going to start with you. Who are you going for?
I don't remember giving it away, but like I said, last time I went with eUnited. I think I was the only person who did, and I said they would play each other again. It's going to be a grand finals this time around, and this time I think RushieZ is going to make the proper adjustments. Either way, we're going to get a first-time champion. Either way, I love this storyline, but I'm going with RushieZ. I mean, Fran and Ashes both said eUnited. I think they're both wrong. I think RushieZ wins this 5-3. They're just too smart. Affinity, Avexys, they're going to put their heads together. They watched over the footage. This is a tiebreak match, too. I mean, they're 3-3 throughout this split, these two teams. So whoever comes out on top of this wins the championship and also gets that 4-3 victory. This is such a perfect grudge match. RushieZ 5-3 in maps.
Wow, 5-3. Okay, hey, fair enough. Honestly, I thought you were going eUnited with the way you phrased it, talking about eUnited, but RushieZ does have to have some fans in their corner. But Ryan, are you going to be one of those fans?
Yeah, I mean, this is such a hard matchup. It's been a hard matchup to call throughout the entire split, right? You couldn't ask for a better 2 teams facing off in grand finals. The series count is pretty much tied. So many of the map rotations are pretty much tied. Obviously, they have played at this event. That did go the way of eUnited. I did predict RushieZ heading into that matchup, and I was blown away with what I saw from eUnited at this event. They have looked so incredibly strong. I have not seen any signs of slipping up. Of course, there's a lot going in RushieZ's favor, right? You do have the fact that they did get to make the adjustments from the last match. They did get a lot of momentum from losers. But I just think that I just think eUnited is waiting. I think they're sitting there. Their teeth are sharp. They're ready to go. And so I am going to go with eUnited, which also, by the way, given my track record predicting RushieZ matches, congratulations RushieZ. That just seems to be the way it goes nowadays. But I do take eUnited in this matchup. Again, they just looked incredibly strong, and they already beat this team at the tournament.
They have. They've already beat them. And also that interview with Powerz, again, going back to that man is confident, like fully confident. And the way they played KCP, like was just
shocking. I mean,
I'm going to be straight. It was
Taylor, what about DeTox's interview? What about he said?
I loved DeTox's interview.
He said my teammates
that was a good
demons.
interview too.
He said he's running out of spawn with demons. Okay.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have to crown some demons. I'm around.
No, there's demons and then there's the king, right? We did a whole graphic in the pre-show, right? Return to the king. It's just shaping up that way, man. I don't know what it is, but it's just shaping up that way.
You're talking about King Dyslexic, right?
I'm talking about the man with the longest hair in the event and the man that's gonna walk away with that trophy.
Well, King Dyslexic, that is a good transition for me. So who am I going to be going with? You got 2 great teams. On a personal level, I am really torn because I love both of these rosters. I get attached to almost all the pros and all the organizations that play in Gears. I'm just a true fan at the end of the day. But this is a tough one for me, but I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going with eUnited, not because I don't believe in RushieZ, and not because I wouldn't be happy to see RushieZ win, but honestly, it boils down to one key player, and it is that guy who's looking to be king. That's Dyslexic. I've been following him and hyping him up since the beginning of really my Gears casting career. Ryan, you can attest to that, right? You started me in Gears, and Dyslexic, I've always been impressed with that man, and it would mean so much to me personally to see him as a champion, to finally see him from evolving as a player from challengers and then being a champion. You talk about poetic, baby. I want that for him, and I want that for eUnited. But either way, it's not going to be easy for both rosters. They know that, and you can't sleep on RushieZ. You can't sleep on eUnited. It's going to be fun. And of course, speaking of fun, we have the 2 best casters bringing the energy. Of course, I'm talking Colin. I'm talking Jacob, baby. How you boys doing?
I'm okay.
Follow it up with energy.
That's it? Come on, okay? No, look, Taylor, you can ask Jacob. He's had to hear me. He had to hear me spitting sunflower seeds, drinking my beer. I've been running at 100 miles an hour getting ready for this matchup. I've been wanting this. I've been needing this. I've been craving this. The only person on the planet that probably wants this more than me is Avexys, and Jordan sound like he know what he's talking about. That's all I'm going to say.
I think so. And Colin, in your traditional fashion, you normally wear the colors of who you think is going to be champion, but you seem pretty neutral. Meanwhile, Jacob's got blue on. So I'm going to leave you boys with that to discuss. Hey, Colin, Jacob, have a wonderful grand finals. Take it away. We're going to love it.
Hey, I might be pretty neutral right now, but that's because I sweated through about 6 different shirts today, Jacob.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
God.
brother. I've been through half the wardrobe. I keep running out the door and going, baby, honey, bring me another one. Bring me another. I look like Stone Cold in the ring calling for another shirt. I'm like, throw me another one. I'm dying out here.
Just hit the shirt can and just like winning some prizes out there. Here's another one. Here's another one from Colin. People thought you were trying to act like a host from the Grammys, but nope, it's just pure excitement coming out of Colin. It's just alluding to him, and they had their predictions, Colin. But go ahead quickly as we see this fly through. Who do you got?
I got a great game for everybody in the chat to take in for the next possible 9 or 8 maps, really. We got Ritual, we got Check-Out, we got them all, baby. Top to bottom, left, right, and center. Doesn't matter where you from or who you rooting for. You better be in the chat. You better be hyping up your team. You better be giving them all of your energy, because they're going to need it. RushieZ has got to overcome a 1-map deficit. eUnited, they just got to win 4, baby.
I'm just happy. I'm just reading the chat just a little bit, smiling ear to ear, because this is still a chance for a big Latin American victory, and I called them out. Every single one of those teams, from Abuelos to PK to Rebel, every single one of them should be in chat, giving them that energy, because they're fighting for the entirety of a region down to 1 man. And this is another one, though, the king himself, and that's Powerz. We're going to start off with him. Flash to back a couple players off. INZEM makes the wrong move. He takes some damage. Avexys trying to go for a flank. DeTox gets first blooded, but the damage is being dealt, and RushieZ are looking like they're going to come out on top as long as they clean up these 2.
Looking like they're trying to go for another set of slays here. RushieZ, they roll back. They play the Lancer. They play the down and damage game. They allow eUnited's aggression to take hold of them. They win the initial rotation into that first hill. First 10 points go on over to them as well. And now with RushieZ, with 4 bolts in the quiver, looking to shut down the initial retake attempt by eUnited. Demise, a set up over there. First bolt out, damage onto him. Goes for the active, got it off, goes for the shot on Dyslexic. Now he's right up into the front lane. Big shot over the top by Dyslexic, gets the down. They're gonna trade out the hill early, and they have a chance to cut this lead down very quickly.
Yeah, simultaneously, you can see the moves being made in your minimap. King, or what looks like to be the new king of Latin America, Dyslexic, trying to lead that charge, getting Lantern in the back. That's going to be a trade in downs, but TJ, one of the biggest emerging slayers this season, tries to be the distraction. Even though he goes down, those are the selfless plays we're looking for. He goes down to make sure everybody on the hill survives.
Moving in toward point number 2, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be able to a good chance for RushieZ, but look at all 3 of these players caught in the middle of nowhere, just out in the open, downs left, right, and center. Everybody putting out damage. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna have to go out, but it looks like the team revives are just too strong for eUnited, and now RushieZ, they've got to try to fight back against them. eUnited said, look, we couldn't get that first kill, but we sure as hell gonna get a ton of downs and a ton of damage.
Yeah, they had to do it dry. No utility left, and that's exactly going to be the result. They were able to get deep into the spawn, but fresh respawn players of eUnited, they had the utility, the extra bit of resources to be able to hold on, but the quick and easy spawn point's going to go over to RushieZ. So before they know it, they're going to have another attempt at the 40 seconds that's left on the hill, but a flank coming through on one side. That's going to be in the form of Powerz chasing down DeTox. The elimination comes in, but the distraction and the focus has now been shifted on over. He goes back to back. Powerz is beginning to heat up, and it's looking like a scary sight because Avexys gets taken down as well, and he completes the hat trick.
A little bit of love getting shown early in this one. Powerz already on the rotation over to P3. Bottom left-hand side of the minimap, or top left-hand side of the minimap. Bottom left from that blast point. Point number 2. Powerz all the way across the map, trying to get a pick there on to INZEM. Won't be able to get that one. Rotates over, looking at the 90-degree differential now. He's going to probably go back into the original fight, going for a double bounce. Dyslexic gets taken down. Now RushieZ looks across here. Torque bow shot onto DeTox. Won't be able to get that one. Won't be able to get the next one onto RushieZ, but a ton of splash damage. Gets that one, though. First kill coming in. 1v1 over at the close respawn now. 2v1 on the close respawn. RushieZ is backed out of the hill, and it looks like Powerz is going to have to get a kill here to try to help out his teammates. Powerz is down. Dyslexic backs out of the hill. He's going to need the help. There's the extra damage coming in for the kills. RushieZ, they have one person on the 90 degree. One person at the close respawn. DeTox, he's going to try to rotate in. Double bounce in for the double kill. Now he needs one more. He needs the help for everybody else. He gets Demise as well. RushieZ are well within their rights to try to take control of this hill and get this lead to be cut down.
It looked like a high-risk, even higher reward play for DeTox, but knowing his teammates have the short spawn, it's going to be well worth it because he's back into the fray in just a few seconds, but eUnited somehow stole it away, so they're just as quick to the fray, but 2 frags into the hands of INZEM, definitely waiting to stop people dead in their tracks. There goes number 1. That forces Dyslexic out to take so much Lancer fire, and it will continue as the time clicks off this hill. DeTox takes out Powerz. The flank continues, tries to go back-to-back, but that's Dyslexic and Demise who got the shutdown. But even if they win this call, and it's only scrap time, 20 seconds, if that.
Still going to get them up over 100 points, Jacob, and that's exactly what they want. Powerz backside of the next hill, P4. Top middle of the map there, what you see on the bottom middle of your mini-map. RushieZ will be mounted up toward this window. They're spreading the forces out. RushieZ, their retake here is going to be pretty interesting. They're trying to probably talk it over, get back into the next area very quickly. INZEM's going to get the new torque bow, tagged up pretty heavily. Will not go down. 3 players will move onto this side of the map for RushieZ. They will go for a 3-player retake on one side, 1 player on the opposite side. It'll be RushieZ trying to be a little sneaky over here. eUnited probably called him out. They're waiting for it. They're awaiting on it. There goes the pick on a TJ, though. That's a big opening kill by INZEM.
Tries to go for another one. No matter what, it's disrupting their setup, making them poke out of cover at the wrong moments. Even with frag grenades coming out, that's just a time staller. As you see, RushieZ trying to go in from the flank, knows when and where to over push and when not to, as he holds his position, which is absolutely important. Somehow, some way, though, Powerz gets out alive, hopping over the top of the cover, but returns to the scene of the crime, making sure that he keeps that teamwork-oriented play intact as he tries to go ahead and stretch forward, trusting his teammates to go ahead and take control of the scrap time. He's just trying to get deep into the spawn, control as much of the position as possible.
Now Powerz with a 2v1 back here, needs a little bit of help, has one down. He needs the Lancer fire from his teammates to be through and true. Not going to be enough. 110 points differential right now, favor of eUnited. RushieZ in the area of the close respawn and the hill already. 2 players are down and out. Powerz is about to come back off of respawn. Demise will go off of spawn here in just a moment. TJ mounted up at the pillar. 1v1 here at the new frag grenade. Dyslexic trying to pressure into RushieZ. Hits that first shot. Now has to continue to back up. Won't be able to get the help that he needs to continue to pressure out RushieZ. 3v3 here at the hill. Flashes come out. A bunch of them go in toward DeTox. Up A. Powerz trying to stay alive. Walks right to him. Walk it to him. Gets the kills. Good clean sweep by RushieZ. Now they're on the way to cut into this lead.
Yeah, that's absolutely needed because eUnited just went on a 51-4 run on that last hill. So INZEM fighting this fight. He needs to be able to stay alive, but 3 players of eUnited make him a target. They take him down. They're going to stagger him out while they continue to move up in their positioning. Powerz getting that torque post and make it even more hard for them to push through, but Avexys waiting for that perfect moment. Flashes out, unable to get the eliminations. He's going to drop as things continue to go wrong on RushieZ when it is a 50-50, but torque bow being aimed out. Headshot over the top. RushieZ going to get eliminated as INZEM is forced to backtrack, but that's going to be a good play by INZEM because he gives up over that spawn point, so they're going to be quick to act, but their decision is crucial. Do you play for the scrap time? Do you go for next? But another headshot from Powerz. He's putting on a clinic and showing why he is the king.
Every point matters for eUnited. They want the 200-point throw marker. They want the threshold. They want the pressure to be mounting up on RushieZ. Dyslexic into the spawn, looking to get some help, looking to try to get some overwatch from his teammates. The snub is out. Flash goes against him. Here comes the secondary player. Snubbing out yet again for the damage, looking for the back A. Won't be able to get any of those kills, but a down comes through on Avexys sooner or later. Powerz in the area. He's got TJ in front of him, trying to get the damage onto RushieZ, pushes him out. Here comes Avexys, front side of the hill, bounces in, 90 degrees differential, but they're all split, they're all separated. eUnited pick up 3 in a row. Ooh. They're not gonna go anywhere but inside of the hill. Once they get kill after kill, I'm knocking crap off the desk. I'm losing it out here.
There goes the laptop. You heard it. Keyboard soon to follow. They got to end this one quick or Colin's going to have no setup left to cast. As Dyslexic knows he has to backtrack. Use your teammates to your advantage. So much damage being fired off, but a quick revive. That's going to get him back to 100%, and that's not going to slow him down. Shots over the top. Getting DeTox as weak as possible. Demise goes down. Dyslexic with the misroll. That's a blunder. A mechanical input error. That's going to take him out and give the positioning over to RushieZ, but that's just the next hill, Colin. There's still 30 seconds left on the former.
Plenty of time on this one for RushieZ to try to get up over 100 points, but 247 to 115. Huge differential for them to overcome and overwhelm. Avexys tagged up here pretty heavily, full red. He's got DeTox for the help. RushieZ looking to try to get into that position as well. Front side of the altar, here comes Dyslexic. Torque bow out, misses the shot over the top. One bolt out, 3 left in the quiver for Avexys, waiting for the retake from eUnited. RushieZ is setting up their defense, and, well, eUnited, they're not going to step into the hill and try to get any more points. They want to give themselves the longest attempt at those new fragmentation grenades and the retake.
We go right back to the start, though, Colin, and this is the thing. RushieZ needs to show that composure that we've been talking about that has kept them in this major for so long, especially after such a brilliant performance in the regular season. Connection onto the torque bow. Avexys looking like Robin Hood out here. Another one's going to be dished out. Just splash damage as TJ with the flank. He's able to take him out as well. INZEM doing what he can. It's up to him and Avexys to hold on to this position because there's 60+ seconds left onto this hill. But INZEM finally is going to go down, and it looks like eUnited are going to hold on to the hill, and it has so much win potential on it.
Got a lot of win potential on it. 40 seconds needed. Dyslexic tagged up pretty heavily. He goes down. Here comes the flashes. Rotation in by RushieZ. They know that they've got to stay here for a neutralization. Pretty long first. Big shot out of INZEM. Second one connects as well. Down comes through. eUnited, they need another couple of kills. Misroll by RushieZ. Finds him down and dead at INZEM. He tries to rotate back through the middle, but Demise is not letting you run away this time. Hot on your heels. He gets another one. My goodness gracious. They are still pounding away. They can get a win still on this hill.
Gonna take a miracle here. A miracle that cannot stop on the side of RushieZ. They have so much trekking to do in this journey. But Dyslexic with the shutdown onto one. Revive back up, but he gets taken down. Powerz trying to do what he can, but he gets shut down as well. TJ, the last driving force on this hill, still collecting the time. He gets a double, goes back to back. It's still winnable. He has a 1v1 against RushieZ with help on the way. It looks like eUnited want to end it here. They nail in the coffin. It's driving. 2 points left. INZEM and Avexys trying to hold on. Shot after shot. TJ won't stop until then. He shuts him down, but like Colin said, don't matter here nor there because they're first to the next, first to 300, and first to score a map in the grand finals.
Now they're up 2-0, Jacob.
Uh-oh.
You heard Ribs. They got to pick up a couple of the first maps just to put them on the back foot, just to get back into this. The best fight we've seen in this scenario is when the Pittsburgh Knights won, I believe it was map 2, go on to the escalation, then they lose it in that dramatic round 9, so on and so forth, and we saw the end of that. If RushieZ can't take this next map, boy, it's gonna be sweaty times.
When you say RushieZ can't take this next map, but they're definitely gonna have their work cut out for them on this next map because you got to think they usually excel pretty well when it comes to those controls. That's how they start to build the momentum. Whether they falter early on, they usually have some sort of comeback attempt that they can hang on to. But in this match, they were shut down left, right, and center. Powerz is looking like the king. We keep calling him, that we keep warning people that he can be, and he is just taking over. And even in some of those moments, Colin, where you don't see Powerz getting the eliminations, you see TJ going off, Demise and Dyslexic being that 1-2 punch combo to round the entire roster out, and they're looking like they're in championship form. They're looking like they have enough gas left in the tank to do 3 trips around the world.
Sure enough seems like it, Jacob. This is the thing that's been so scary. I mean, there were so many times in that match that players from eUnited, they just... You see how do you remember how in the Pioneers matchup against RushieZ, Pioneers kept slowing up trying to play that game? They were trying to put RushieZ on unawares of what the Pioneers were going to do next.
Yeah.
eUnited just, they don't have a gear below 6th gear. They're just fighting you everywhere, all around the world. They don't care where you are on the map. They don't care if it's 1v2, 3v1, whatever it could be. They take the fight. They gonna try to damnedest to get at least a kill out of you. And I think that gives RushieZ so much pause, just so much unsteadiness, because they're not used to a team that's just fighting into them the whole map. Yes, they traded blows throughout the regular season. Yes, it's all knotted up. This basically defines who the best of Split 3 was. But every time RushieZ struggles against the United, it's because eUnited they keep coming back. It's like in a boxing match. You keep hitting the guy, you're like, he can't keep getting up from this. Hit him with a two-piece, he can't get up from that. You hit him with the uppercut, he can't get up from that. eUnited just keeps getting up.
That's a scary sight, because honestly, this is what I feel like they've been practicing. You've seen them progressively, little by little, get better each and every time they take the stage, each and every matchup that they have. So coming into this next one, check out Execution, the all-out war. This is where RushieZ need to, for lack of a better term, throw a smoke and get loose. They really need to start building momentum as both individuals and as a full-on roster, because there were some shaky shots in that last one, some flanks that didn't go their way, and some opportunities where eUnited was able to turn and burn. Not only are you getting the elimination and the points off the hills, but you're chopping down their confidence step by step. And that's one of the biggest things, composure and confidence, that RushieZ need to play and have at 100% if they're looking to take the finals.
It's going to be a big differential for them coming into this map. Look, we have given Affinity a lot of credit in this tournament. We've talked to him, we've interviewed him, we talked about all the credit that his players have given him. Right now, going into Execution, you've got to stop the bleeding. It's a best of 9. You're down 2-0. You got to start winning some maps. It is time for him not to just go 1 or 2 pages deep into the playbook. That boy better be finding the Wildcat offense, better find the old flea flicker, better find something deep in that playbook to get eUnited off their game, because the way eUnited's playing, they're just looking at this. Sorry, brother, I'm sweating. I got to pull the shirt off in front of me real quick. The way eUnited's playing this is beyond belief right now. The fact that in that early going, they go, it was within, I think, 30 points. It was like 110 to something or other, 110 to 80, 110 to 70. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I look up and it's like 296. I'm like, what just happened?
I mean, I stopped keeping track simply because of that reason. It was 115.57 at one point, and then 166.61, and I'm like, oh my God, they're running away from this one. This is going to be a dangerous matchup or RushieZ. To me, it's not so much the score differential. It's how they were playing each and every one of those occasions. They weren't working as a full team. They had players trying to be the hero for the team, and this is one thing. When it comes to winning the titles, we could talk about Powerz all we want. One individual does not win a championship, and RushieZ needs to play as a full-on roster. And it's going to be pretty hard, though, because on checkout, no matter how many strategies you have, there's only 2 real looks you can give them, a 3-1 and a 4-on-over. You can make the micro adjustments, but you see everything that your opponent plays out to you.
Yeah, you're looking straight across the middle of the map, like the one and only Toby Campbell said I think it was Friday. He was talking about checkout. He said, look, it's a unique map because you literally can just look straight across the map and see every one of your opponents and wherever they're going to go. They're not going to be able to hide their numbers. They're not going to be able to be sneaky around the map. This next one is really going to tell us a tale of the tape. Unless RushieZ is holding on to some secret that we don't know about and they're about to win 4 or 5 straight maps all of a sudden after going down 3-0, it needs to start right here. The comeback has got to start right here, right now. No doubt about it. They've got to get this map, in my opinion, Jacob.
They must here. But on the side of eUnited, I always keep looking at the chat, just like I would during an actual major event, right? If we were in Mexico City, for example, I'm looking for every single Latin American pro team, because that's something that can kind of help Dyslexic. When he looks and sees somebody like Monkeys giving him all the confidence in the world, that's something you could definitely set your hat on. But TJ goes down first. That's first blood for INZEM, followed by second blood on the DeTox, and this round could be over before you know it.
Dyslexic with a big kill there, 3-1. He evens it up a little bit, not as much as you'd like to think. DeTox is going to look for him, call him out. He's going to be spotted. Avexys is just going to be above him with that long shot. Full red down and dead. First round on over to RushieZ. They need this one, and they need to play like their life depends on it.
Yeah, that was like a much needed round, but INZEM's going to be doing that whether you go out wide, go towards the middle. He's going to be the player on this map that is kind of that tip of the spear, even though Avexys and a couple players do go out wide to try to distract and get the sniper. It's INZEM who is that impact player when it comes to checkout.
Remember your training.
RushieZ is going to come out of spawn yet again. He's going to be the guy that normally gets checked up down there toward that fragmentation grenade spawn side. Here he comes. He's going to have a 1v1 down there. INZEM will step up onto the platform, have a trade out with a teammate. Big body shot there onto DeTox. He's going to be down, but no kill will come through. 4-3 yet again. Now Powerz is going to try to rotate back down to the checkout lanes, but 2 players are down. 1 player left alive. It's going to be just up to Dyslexic. Powerz is down. They're going to finish him off. 2 rounds in a row. RushieZ, they found life.
Yep. Going ahead and taking control of that plat side time and time again. And DeTox and INZEM working in tandem. 1-2 punch. The distraction was there in that round. The previous one, INZEM got first blood, followed up by DeTox. This round, INZEM hops him to the plat, forces a shot, back rolls, baits and switch with DeTox, which gave him first blood.
If I'm being honest.
Perfect execution by those two, and I expect them to kind of keep it up, even if, like I said, they go out wide, but returning back to the scene of the crime. A blunder of a flash. He's going to stun himself, but you can see the confidence. He's not backing down. Shot towards plat side. DeTox is going to drop. INZEM follows. Avexys trying to make some noise. Flash is there, but he's going to be able to get the revives off. He takes that extra hop. DeTox gets dropped, but that's not going to stop them because eUnited, they lose a couple players throughout all this chaos and have a disadvantaged 2v3 to try to clutch up.
1 player on the front side of that ledge. Powerz is trying to get the kills here. Incendiary gets a kill. The nade misses.
Wow.
RushieZ now finds himself at a 2v1. Couldn't get up for the help early enough. RushieZ has no more fragmentation to use. He seems to go far and wide out onto Powerz. Powerz trying to use this angle here. A bunch of damage onto him. TJ making sure he doesn't get checked. Powerz uses the outside lane to get the final shot on. The down. The damage is there. Kill is through. 2-1.
Confidence is still at an all-time high. Blow for blow here in this matchup. That's how it is going to go. And already you've seen throughout the 3 straight rounds, they keep putting a focus. It's not a major focus with multiple members, but RushieZ and another player is just going out wide. They're handling that 1v1 because they don't want to give up anything for free, which is so important in this matchup because as each and every round passes, they're adapting, they're learning, and making sure that there's improvements with every step.
Next round underway. Flashes are out. INZEM into the middle lane here. Lancer Fire is out. Demise trying to get that single shot kill over the top. Powerz will pick up the long shot. DeTox will have the incendiaries. Missed shot by Powerz. Looking for another one here. Misses the secondary one. DeTox kills himself with the incendiary. A down comes through. Misses the reviving player. Powerz needs to settle his nerves right here. Those are not misses you're used to seeing in RushieZ. Oh, no!
My bad. He yelled that in the mic. 100%. RushieZ, those are the type of nades you can't have happen, but I can understand it with the pressure, the call-outs that he was probably being given, that these players might push up on us. It was just a miscommunication overall, and I know, like I said, there's improvements after every round. He's going to be learning, and this is where I want to see a switch up of strategy. Send that 4 over. Brute force your way through that plat side.
Gotta try something here, Jacob. Everybody off to the side of the races. Smoke grenades out. TJ steps up, will go for the incendiaries, has a teammate go for the body block as well. Classic Gears action. First incen out, doesn't find anybody. Second one has yet to be thrown. RushieZ did not get that long shot either. Here comes TJ into the mid lane now with an incendiary of his own. Throws one, forces DeTox to the bottom side of the map. Gets some damage there. He's getting some burn damage, some big burn damage. Is that a flank as well? Avexys, one more nade.
Damage is there as well. INZEM was the one kind of burning alive on that ensign, trying to put out the damage. Just talk about the selfless plays. There's no I in team. A Dyslexic trying to fake it out. He's trying to follow in Identive's footsteps, bringing a Latin American championship back, even if it's as an individual. But on the other side, what a better opponent in a 1v1 other than Avexys.
Dyslexic trying to get this win here. Avexys versus Dyslexic. Both players trying to achieve the dream. First world championship for either of these guys on the line. Dyslexic rocking the RushieZ and Nasher as well. Maybe a little disrespect going for the lead here, trying to make it 3-2, 10 seconds into the overtime. Big first shot on back gate does not connect, and now he gets the shot around. 1v1, won by Dyslexic. Round count in favor of eUnited.
I wish we could see this one at a major LAN event, because I can imagine the crowd bursting the roof off of Dyslexic winning the 1v1. And that's something, like I said, when he looks at the chat, because you know they have it at a second monitor somewhere. They might not be looking at live in match, but I know they take a glance, and that's something that's just going to keep him at an all-time high when it comes to confidence. And this is where you're going to need to see a shutdown come out from RushieZ. They switched up the strategy last round, but back to their basic and their foundation. But TJ goes in, INZEM takes him out, but he falls shortly after. Powerz takes control. He goes back-to-back. DeTox in the second one. He completes the hat trick. Avexys gonna fall, and Powerz is hungry for the ace, which Dyslexic is not gonna give him, because he wants some eliminations of his own. 4 straight rounds in a row for eUnited.
That is a big momentum shift from those first 2 rounds. eUnited has made a little bit of a marker here. They've made a little bit of a change significantly, shooting for one another much better than they were in those first 2 rounds. We will come into this next one. RushieZ, earlier, you said they've got to try to switch it over, send everybody on over to the platform side to try to be able to stop what it is that eUnited is doing. Coming into this round number 7, everybody sending over to the platform. Flash grenades go out. INZEM will be just outside of the platform, covering his face. First shot on by DeTox. INZEM gets one of his own. Now INZEM looking for a second kill. It'll be Powerz all by himself. Dyslexic, like a repeat of rounds 1 and 2, all by his lonesome. 4-3.
And the whole round happening so quick after that first elimination went through. Nobody was really able to make adjustments. Then he got number 2, so too quick to tell. As you see, eUnited still having that map point on overtime. If it comes down to it, it is going to be over at Electronics. So this would be, in theory, a good round to try to get instants and frags and back out if you want to try to slow things down.
Next round underway, round number 8 here. Looking to go to 5-3 or 4-4, just tie it up. Smokes are going to come out. Dyslexic jumps up top, gets the shot on a DeTox, but INZEM will get the down on Demise. Looking for that trade out kill. Revive is already in. Powerz might get caught here by Avexys. Does so as well. Now it's 3v3, all tied up. RushieZ will win the fight at the nades, and the other 2 players will back on up. It looks like eUnited's going to try to focus out here. TJ will pick up the new long shot. Aid comes in, doesn't find anybody on the platform. Demise finally goes down. Now with the long shot, TJ's going to have to get a pretty miracle play here. I think he just INZEM needs to just go wide and force him into that lane. Just go wide, force him into the lane.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's why you had
it had to be INZEM. I agree. We're on the same page. 2 peas in a pod. It had to be INZEM while RushieZ keeps the Lancer there. But now they narrowed down the options. TJ has a chance here to really make a clutch happen and deflate the players' rise. Even Showboating, he's saying, begging him. He's asking him, peek at me, boy. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Can't just be double dog daring people now. Backslide attempt by TJ. Goes for the reaction. Gets shut down. 4-4. All tied up now. Best of 3 coming your way. First team to 6 wins map 2. RushieZ, they win back-to-back rounds for the 2nd time in this map 2. They need a couple of more under their belt in order to get at least 1 map on the board, make it 2-1.
Overtime hill this time around towards the checkout. This is where I would kind of go against the kind of nade strat playing out wide unless you have no other choice. eUnited's Powerz towards the back lane. TJ Demise lancering him out. INZEM taking the brunt and force of that damage. He's not going to be able to be some reinforcements. Full on plat control. Goes on over to eUnited for a moment, but a well-placed flash going to give it over to RushieZ as they keep teeter-tottering back and forth, and it's just for position in this round.
INZEM inside of that lane, looking back and forth, trying to find somebody to get a shot on. Flash will go out. DeTox gets that first big body shot out. Won't be able to get the down, though, just yet. Demise will get all of his health back. Taking a look at everybody on the map. It's just Demise now with a flash grenade in his hand. And this might very well count all the way down into the overtime hill. RushieZ is going on the long-range extension here, and you see what Dyslexic is doing, trying to get the shot onto him. He's going to try to rotate into that cover. He might go down at the last moment, but he won't. Now RushieZ has to try to go on the flank. He has to try to push up on that side of the map. Dyslexic goes down. Avexys gets the kill on TJ. Now it'll be a mad dash for the rest of these kills. Full red onto RushieZ. RushieZ will not go down to the wrap, and once again, RushieZ, they win another round. Now they only need 1 more. Jacob, can they do it? Can they pull it off?
I feel like this is just falling in line, blow for blow, but what kind of the analyst Jordan J. Ribeiro kind of said, Ritual is going to be a hard map for RushieZ to win. they have to win these early rounds, and that would, in theory, start here on checkout. So this is a must-win moment for RushieZ. 5-4. They have 2 chances to get the job done.
Coming into this next round, round number 10, looking to try to tie it up, take us to a round 11. RushieZ will get the fragmentation grenades for free. eUnited Powerz will go down. They get the quick revive off onto him, looking down the center lane, trying to get it down onto somebody. DeTox will go down. Demise will be answered back. Now Powerz is down. 2 deaths come through. Only 2 more players to worry about. If eUnited can't go absolutely huge, they will lose map number 2. 3v1 situation. TJ versus the brunt of RushieZ's offense will fall, and it is 6-4. Map 2 will go in favor of RushieZ. And ladies and gentlemen, our best of 9, RushieZ has gotten on the board. It's 2-1 map count. We will be heading into yet another one. It'll be what would be considered map 3 without the give and go. RushieZ looking to try to tie the series up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. RushieZ, they finally get on the board against eUnited in what is map 2 checkout. They get it to be 2-1. It's still in favor of eUnited, but we're heading in to Vasgar.
Yeah, big map for these is Vasgar. We've seen so many teams falter because of this map. We've seen this be a big decider. And can you imagine this? It's 2-1 right now with eUnited in the lead. We go to Vasgar. RushieZ not only kick it up a notch, steal the momentum away, and give us a 2-2 series. I think this is what Ribs was alluding to.
Could very well be what he was alluding to. They need to do it here. They got to be able to win this map to try to tie it up again. I keep talking about going down by 2 maps, going down by 3 maps. Those are the holes that are so hard to crawl out of because you know you got to play perfect from that point forward. They did pretty well on checkout. It was like they lost it right there in the middle. They gave up a couple of rounds in a row, and then it was like they decided start firing for one another again. I still love that little, you know, bait by TJ trying to make something happen. The backslide attempt, man, if he gets that chunk, that's just hilarious. But they end up falling anyway. RushieZ's teamwork in that checkout was incredible, especially with the way that RushieZ was able to control Dyslexic in the 1v most of that game.
Now, like you said, Vasgar, District, Tomb. This is a marathon, not a race overall in this matchup, and eUnited cannot let up out the gas at any moment because RushieZ is one of those teams that's just hiding. You know, no pun intended on RushieZ, but they're just hiding, waiting in the wings for that perfect moment to strike. As soon as you start to get content, as soon as you let up and give them an inch, they like to stretch it into a mile. So eUnited have to come out of the gate swinging on this Vasgar, and it's going to come in the form of Powerz. He has so much pressure on him to perform time in and time out.
I would like to see them put down a long shot as well. You saw the success they were able to have. I want to see eUnited be able to try to put that same level of pressure onto RushieZ. We know we're probably going to get the DeTox as normal, the same kind of setup, the same get and go that we usually get on Vasgar, but I hope that one team doesn't wait too long for us to be able to hear the sweet sounds of a long shot ring out throughout Vasgar. And if you want to be able to hear those sweet sounds as well, get on over to astrogaming.com and get tournament ready with the official audio partner of Gears Esports. That'll be Astro. Get yourself a beautiful set of 810s, 820s, 840s, 850s, whatever may tickle your fancy, they have got you, baby.
As this one kind of gets underway, the action, I look straight at the minimap to see what the plan is. It looks like RushieZ, they want to go for that 2 hills to 1. eUnited, they want to start off by stealing away the home hill of RushieZ, and RushieZ gets taken out. Those sneaky plays will get matched up and called out eventually.
eUnited Powerz will be in the area here with 2 players against him and TJ. 2v2 mounted up, maybe a 2v2 on the opposite side. Powerz bouncing around, trying to stay as safe as humanly possible. Is going to continue to get tagged up here. Full red. You see the angle that Avexys has across the map. He's going to get pressured up for just a moment. Here comes DeTox, the hop over the top of the cover. Will find Powerz down and dead. Now 2v1. TJ has to try to get it down at least to buy himself some time. Won't be able to get the kill connection. DeTox slides right into TJ's right hand, and so does INZEM.
When in doubt, up A it out, and that shows RushieZ had a lot of doubts in that fight. TJ just waiting for those opportunities to take advantage. You see the Fool on adjustment. They know the respawn players of RushieZ have to get their home hill back, so they think it could be a free neutral as Powerz bypasses the actual hill, goes for position, gets the stun on the RushieZ, little by little backing them up, but they spot out 3 players. They bit off more than they can chew. Powerz goes down. TJ is stuck, forced to try to make a miracle happen in terms of survival on this back tank, but he's slapped brick after brick, but the bait and switch is in. RushieZ won't go down. They won't give him a chance as they take out TJ.
Meanwhile, they're going to try to get the 2-to-1 hill advantage home to home here.
Ouch.
Big kill by Dyslexic, in my opinion, helping shut this one down. And now we see Dyslexic looking around, trying to check for anybody else. Powerz going to get called out at the bottom of the stairwell. He's going to go down. So does DeTox. Lancer fire from Demise is in, but not enough for really him to threaten either of these players. DeTox is going to look to try to get some help from the top side from TJ. TJ won't be there in time to get that help. They've lost the C hill as well, and now it's a 1v1 RushieZ versus TJ. TJ needs to try to stop the triple cap domination. He's going to get the help off of the respawn. Plenty of time in this round for them to go for a retake here, so they're going to get their home hill back, and they're going to pressure out.
It almost looks like one team fight on the side of eUnited. They could turn this one around. Dyslexic going in. Break is going to be first, but I don't think he's going to get that opportunity to get the capture as INZEM is just backing him off little by little. He spots out a couple more players. The full team making the rotation. eUnited doing their darndest to keep team-oriented play intact as Dyslexic retreats. He gets out of dodge, trying to survive because he knows sooner or later the rotation will continue on the side of RushieZ and their hill will be under siege.
See RushieZ trying to come in on the 6 o'clock here at the A hill. He's going to have 2 more players. Demise has to win a 1B, and he does just that now. Demise might pressure over to the B hill, trying to ensure the round. You see RushieZ stepping into the A for that decap. Powerz will get 1 off the back A. Now they need to get a second. They get him down. Powerz with the cleanup meat shield, and now the chance for the triple cap domination. DeTox bouncing around. He goes down. That'll be it for the first round. eUnited go up 1-0.
That time you gotta give all the credit in the world for TJ, who's just been stepping it up. He's that solo 1v1 Astro Battles champion. He does it again in 2v2 after a backdoor sweep along with Powerz. The 2v2 championship, an open #1. He's just emerging as one of the top players and the 2-headed dragon for Powerz.
DeTox with 5 assists here. I think the thing that stands out to me is they've got to make better decision making. When you see eUnited have a 2v1, I don't think I've almost ever seen them lose a 2v1 today. RushieZ twice now has gone in like separate occasions with 2v1s with 2 different people sliding into somebody's right hand for the double kill, and it just, I know it doesn't look great when you see it the first time, but then you see it a second and a third time and you start worrying. Coming in around 2, let's see if RushieZ can clean up their mistakes. They're going to send 3 players on over to B. Now it's a 2v2 mounted up over here. TJ into an area to try to put damage on INZEM, but INZEM will not go down. Flashes out by both teams, trying to slow up the retake. INZEM holding this bottom left angle here. DeTox inside of the cubby corner. He's going to get tagged up just a little bit. Not enough for him to really be worried about the pressure. RushieZ is full red now. Almost goes down. Powerz trying to bait the up A. Gets him to shoot and then goes for the wrap. Now Avexys is full red. Gets the single shot kill there. Onto Demise, but triple cap domination is being threatened over at the B hill only for just a moment. Now Powerz has to worry about the rotation from the middle of the map at INZEM.
I love this move by Powerz. He knows players are spawning right behind him. He goes before they make an impact. That's not going to stop Avexys, who is defensive mastermind there in that situation. Brick after brick, he lays the house down. Now you see eUnited, the full-on rotation in the minimap, trying to disrupt that neutral hill, but as their home is under siege, Mr. Krabs' opportunity, somebody has to buy some time, and that's going to be Demise doing exactly that. The call, you can see it around the map as Powerz, he doesn't enter in the hill, but that's not going to stop RushieZ from going in and getting that down, trying to bait it out for more.
Dyslexic on the windowsill right here, waiting for somebody to maybe rotate around him, maybe going for a flank. Looking for anybody to pressure out on, but now he's going to try to go on the flank here up top. He's going to try to get shots on a RushieZ as he goes into that hill, looking for the down and damage. Here comes Demise up off the stairs, gets the down, but no chunk comes out.
United in this round constantly playing on the back foot, trying to answer back all the moves that RushieZ is giving them in this match. And once again, another example, 3 players rotating towards the top. win condition. They have no more, so they need a decap for a few seconds here and not let this 2-cap go uncontested. But if player spawns up on the other side, that's in the form of RushieZ. They count the mismatch in numbers, so the adjustments being made. eUnited sense something's coming, so they're sending their 3 players towards the top.
There goes the shot on Powerz, rolls into that Cuppy corner. He's going to go down. Demise on the flank here, trying to add in the big shots. They get the kills. B-Hill being decapped momentarily. It's a 1v1 on that side of the map. RushieZ will need to try to win this for his squad. Gets a big shot on, tries to rotate away. Shot over the top, still not going to be able to get anything. Triple cap domination being threatened for just a moment. RushieZ finally wins that one. But now they're looking for the mismatch yet again. eUnited will still be able to win this. They've got to hold on to the 2-1 hill advantage for about 10 to 15 seconds.
You see INZEM, they know they need to make a move. They're feeling antsy. The decap's going to be first. DeTox takes a lot of damage. The bait and switch is in. INZEM makes the driving blow along with Avexys to get 2 eliminations. Powerz feels that pressure on the other side of the map. They have a mismatch. 2v1. RushieZ trying to be the hero. He lands a couple shots, but it's not going to be enough. That hill is going to change hands, but every hill, for the most part, is going to have an opportunity at that. But Dyslexic's job is not done just yet. He needs to cement himself inside of the hill and get that decap, but the Lancer fire too strong. Avexys and RushieZ will be able to hold on to the round.
Good round 2 by RushieZ. Way to settle into this one. Try to make it a long extended series. An incredibly good gamey play here by the side of RushieZ to just tie it up. We'll probably see the retros on both ends. I'm not sure we'll see anything different here.
I think RushieZ will keep Bull Talk out. They're going to put Talon there because Avexys and RushieZ love to use it. This is the little intricacies when it comes to Escalation, because even though the Talon isn't necessarily 1-for-1 with the retro, you still put an extra bit of oomph on 2 different sides of the map. Meanwhile, eUnited, they're putting all their eggs on one player who's going to wield that retro Lancer.
Coming into the B hill, it looks like RushieZ will only send the 2 players there with 2 to guard their home. eUnited will send the 3 over to the C hill. RushieZ, he's going to go for the active Boltok. Big headshot there, misses the secondary one, going for a secondary shot on Demise, trying to get him down. RushieZ adding in a ton of damage, but you can see the Lancer fire is going to come from across the map right now. Powerz has won the first fight, and now Powerz has another 1v1 against DeTox. Powerz is just going to back on out. He said, I'll take my advantage. I'll take my chances here. You pressure me, you got to worry about me trying to get into something. INZEM quick respawn for him, gets him back into the fight. He Lancers out, gets it down, but in the middle of the map, I believe Dyslexic is down.
He got caught in no man's land, trying to escape, forced to respawn. You see the flank coming through. DeTox is going to bypass the hill, but he gets caught out by Powerz. He's trying to hold on to it, but that leaves a 3v2 open for RushieZ, but they lose INZEM. The score will be evened up. TJ with the revive. Demise doing what he can, but he gets taken out. A lot of that damage went his way, but one by one, the players of eUnited will continue to fall, putting a lot of pressure on Powerz once again to try to hold on to the position as much as possible. Meanwhile, while all that action is going down, Dyslexic sensed that free hill and went for it.
And that's a good play by Dyslexic to try to continue this round further in their favor. 130 and counting to 90, 42-point differential as it stands. RushieZ is going to have to win a 2v2 somewhere around the map now. 2 players coming up from the luggage rack area. RushieZ alongside of Avexys. They will be stacked up against TJ and Powerz. And man, oh man, 4 of the best players on the planet about to engage into a big team fight. Powerz was the front line of defense. TJ couldn't give him enough damage coming up the hill to get the 1 shot down. Flash will go to the top side of that L. Will try to go for the back A. Won't be able to get that one. Meanwhile, what you'll see is RushieZ start to try to play defense over there at the B hill against eUnited. eUnited needing to get a down or a kill here. Can't get either of them to go. Trying to encapsulate those last 2 players. I believe RushieZ is going on a flank here. RushieZ went on a flank and Demise got the down. Now RushieZ going in for the kill, gets it to go. RushieZ has caused some havoc late in this round, trying to steal it away from eUnited.
Looking like it's going to be a success. Mr. Krabs is in. Dyslexic doing what he can. A couple of help towards the backside in the form of Powerz. He's going to prolong it, but the score is ticking in favor of RushieZ. The comeback potential is real, and this could be the moment that deflates eUnited. But Powerz taking the game in his hands. He's shut down 1. A duo on the other side. They get the home mill back. All that effort for RushieZ, but for what? As they get absolutely nothing for their efforts.
They have about 5 seconds. They're not going to be able to make it across the map, ladies and gentlemen. Even if they kill Powerz here and get into the B hill to get the decap, it does not give them the win condition, even if they were to take it away. So eUnited, they will go up 2-1 in this map 4 situation.
In the beginning of that round, and let me say, Powerz with the retro was not only able to hold off 2 people, buying his teammates time on the other side of the map, but he was also able to get an elimination onto INZEM, was getting a little bit over aggressive, but Dyslexic stealing the show away, 12,700 damage, 665, doing absolutely everything needed, and you can see it. The storyline continues to play itself out.
Retro Boltox side of eUnited, Retro Boltox side of RushieZ. Everybody back to their same similar setup. Coming in around number 4 here, eUnited would like to steal a round away from this side of the map in the first half, away from RushieZ. RushieZ has sent 2 to cover up the B hill. 1 player inside of it, another one at that cubby. Getting into that angle, INZEM will have to be worried about that possible pot shot from that Boltox. Here comes the flash. Powerz on the opposite side of the map looking to engage a 2v1. Back A from TJ, doesn't get the down or the damage. Double bounce in. There's the second shot from Demise. Need to try to put some more pressure on INZEM. INZEM will have his health back here in this fight. Demise missing the first back A. 1v1 at the home hill of RushieZ is about to break out momentarily. There's RushieZ down and out, and the respawns are in for RushieZ, and I don't know if Powerz stays there.
RushieZ is staying alive. They're gonna get the revive onto RushieZ. He's back into the fray. Powerz wasn't able to clean up his kill. Did they spot Dyslexico? That's the question, as INZEM handling a 2v1 on the other side of the map. Gets one, but gets shut down by the other. They did spot out Dyslexic trying to be sneaky. He goes down, but TJ winning a huge battle on the other side of the map to keep the round going for eUnited.
I mean, you can see what they're trying to do here. Retro out in the hands of RushieZ. He's trying to get out a ton of damage to try to make life more miserable for anybody on eUnited. Now they will continue to add that damage toward Dyslexic. 2-1 hill advantage back over to eUnited. They need to hold on to this for 20 or 30 seconds to try to get a victory lap going. Looking to try to get it down under RushieZ as he rotates back into the A hill. B hill is under contestation here in a few seconds because INZEM is flying in that direction. Double shot down and a kill comes through. RushieZ and the boys from RushieZ are going to make their own play over to B. They're going to think about their differential here and respawn out and go back probably for their home hill in just a moment.
Let's give it to them.
Especially since they just lost a player in the form of RushieZ, who's going to spawn up right now. And there it goes. Him and DeTox working in tandem. Avexys slow behind, so they have 3v2 advantage here. As long as they play their cards right. Massive amounts of damage being dealt with the Boltox in the form of Dyslexic. Bouncing around, though. The numbers might be too strong. Goes for the elim. Gets shut down. But you can see the rotation. Powerz left him long ago because he knows that's just a distraction. He's trying to play the overall big picture game.
Down comes through. C hill under contestation. B hill going back into the favor of eUnited. Powerz will go down here at the home hill. He'll have to come off of respawn. Looking to try to get another set of slays. TJ in the middle of the map is down. They're going to let him bleed out as well. B hill being D'd up by 2 players. C hill will have to be retaken here in a moment.
Answer fire out. RushieZ. Help is definitely on the way. 3v3 in a few seconds. Eliminations are being cleaned up. 1 player is going to get traded out. Perfect flash to keep RushieZ alive in that moment as RushieZ is the cleanup crew that they need. Second hill going over. More than enough time to make this winnable for RushieZ, and they sensed it. They set 3 players down onto the hill. They're going to hold on as long as possible to eUnited's home.
2v1 here to Demise at the B hill. Demise tries to stay alive as long as he can. If he can get a kill and pressure out toward A, it might be a little bit of a differential. You see 1 player trying to go through the middle of the map now. Trying to make something magical happen. INZEM with a big wrap shot gets that one, and now they go up to the top side of the B hill. Won't be able to get this to go. RushieZ will tie it up 2-2 going into the second half of map 4.
This is what you expected, Colin. From what we've seen so far, both of these teams have the passion like we've never seen before. With Pioneers going down, losing to both of these teams. eUnited in the winner's side, RushieZ in the loser's side. You cannot say they didn't earn the championship because they both beat the former champion.
That is true. That is an incredibly good point. Next round underway. Shocks and Incendiaries placed respectively by both teams. eUnited will have the Shock to work with. The RushieZ will have...
Oh my God.
Should be a live round, ladies and gentlemen. Unsure what happened to that last one. That kill comes through. You saw the sportsmanship by both teams, just to settle in, wait for the stalemate, wait for the go-ahead go. Congratulations to both of them for that. TJ to the backside of the tank has been marked. He's going to throw that flash, try to get a good shot on. Now the backslide attempt, but not going to get anything. This time, first round of the second half, RushieZ will have the home hill of eUnited well under siege. And eUnited's trying to trade off here. They're going to try to go from home to home themselves, but I don't think they have the manpower to do that. They're going to try to rotate Demise into this area. He's going to be caught in no man's land. That's going to be a down. RushieZ could wrap this up pretty quickly.
Yeah, they were just trying to make something out of nothing there because Dyslexic, or I should say Demise, was already caught in the middle. He just tried to reunite with his teammates, but that's neither here nor there because they didn't have the setup or the push intact as Powerz trying to hold off two different players on the first half home mill. INZEM's going to get dropped. Elimination's going to be picked up. Goes for the back A. The damage is out, but Avexys positions himself perfectly, but Powerz goes back to back. That's not going to slow down the king himself. Demise buys some time on the other side of the map, which gives Powerz that cushion to play exactly how he wants. Not forced into the hill, but he misrolls. The mechanical input error is going to give DeTox the go-ahead.
So very close there to a incredible three-piece, an incredible triple kill by Powerz. DeTox, top side of the luggage racks, will get shot on full red now. Goes down and is dead. E-Hill will have one more player to worry about. It's a 2v1 on this side of the map, 2v2 on the opposite side of the map. Lenny gets that first shot for the big old down. Now looking to get the second on a Dyslexic. Snub shots out, trying to keep his damage on. Cannot angle out well enough. Lenny just
slapped him. Bro, no, he just slapped him right in the face. Open palm with powder. Slapped him. He left his mark right on his cheek. He's going to have to dust himself off and pick him up off the respawn. 7 seconds to really think about it. But INZEM's job's not done just yet. It takes the whole army of eUnited players to take him out, which alleviates pressure on the other side of the map as RushieZ is seeing this as a green light. He already landed a DeTox shot, knows the damage is there, trying to follow up just like DeTox did onto DeTox. Back to back, these players working in unison to break through and try to cement themselves because they already have the lead. They have the win condition, but they don't want to turtle back.
3-2. I don't think RushieZ, there's not enough time for eUnited, and the way this round is gone, eUnited's not going to be able to make it across the map and get a decap there at D-Hill. I'm looking at 3-2. I'm looking at RushieZ being in the lead here in the second half. I'm looking at them trying to shut it down and take it to 2-2 map count. Try to take us to the deepest place possible. Incendiary going to be able to stop Powerz from being full health going into that hill, but as stated, didn't matter much. It was too late in the round for any heroics to really come through or the side of eUnited. Now it is indeed a RushieZ lead in map 3. eUnited, they need to find a shutdown quick.
And the way INZEM is playing right now, it almost looks like that short stint, that little break that he took to go play DBZ fighters. He learned just enough to take Super Saiyan form before our very eyes. And what a better moment, Colin, than in the grand finals, a story of the ages. Because I remember INZEM not actually qualifying for the Pro League, but he dropped over 50 kills. He took notice of every single player. He was instantly picked up.
This'll cut him down.
See what they can do here in round number 6. Smokes everywhere on the map right now, and eUnited trying to body check Rush. He's toward the middle of the map. They're used to Rush. He's trying to go on that little bit of a flank. He's going to be marked up. Middle of the map. I believe that's a down on Dyslexic, and now eUnited, they're going to have to find something along the lines of a couple of kills here because they're down 4-3, and RushieZ will have the 2-1 hill advantage.
Just opting to waste a few seconds here and let Dyslexic come back up and make this move as a team. And you can already see it being telegraphed in the mini-map. Dyslexic goes on over to the southern portion, home hill to home hill, looking like it's going to be a play. The damage is out. They're being funneled back. A flash to give Demise a great entry, which is almost going to be uncontested, but INZEM making the play yet again, making a case for MVP if RushieZ can pull off a victory.
Incredible performance. Triple cap domination being threatened. eUnited trying to get into a hill for the decap. Powerz is there for the kills, the decap, and the revive. Now he's got to worry about the flank from Rush. I mean, it was almost like Powerz knew it. He's as soon as they got the kills, he said, RushieZ is coming behind us. I don't know what he's doing, but he's not staying where he was. He was trying to come on the flank. Another kill comes through. INZEM will be here. 3 players from RushieZ will be here, as a matter of fact. eUnited will go for the defensive setup on this side of the map. This is going to be a 2-1 hill advantage by eUnited, but they need to hold on to it yet again. They got to learn to play some defense.
Look at the setup right now, that 2-1. You see the rotations being made. You got to imagine DeTox getting spotted out from a mile away as the rotation, instead of sending extra players to help Demise, they all immediately trying to attack the advantage on this side of the map. Powerz goes down. Dyslexic has some damage, but it looks like he might fall as well as Avexys is holding the line. Powerz drops again. Revives being forced. Double kill coming in, but 2 players of RushieZ are going to fall. It's up to TJ to make the play. He gets one, but that's where the story ends. RushieZ will hold on to this one, and it's looking like a play of their own is being forward. RushieZ towards the flank once more. Mr. Crowd plays sounding off. Demise has the pressure of gods on his shoulders to try to survive, but RushieZ goes down, but the damage has been dealt.
The damage has been dealt in spades. Up over 200 points yet again for RushieZ. 1v1 at the E-Hill. It'll be Big King Zem himself versus Dyslexic. Now they're going to send Demise that direction. 2-man over at the D-Hill, and now RushieZ, they're going to be set up here. I think INZEM gets the call out that he's going to be outmatched. And they're going to try to rotate him back. Snub shots from Dyslexic, try to get that down. He's going to pick up the incendiary, I believe, of RushieZ. And
Where are you off to?
good job on Demise's half, just pushing straight forward here.
They need to get in the hill here, but they need to hold on for long. He gets marked out, though. Dyslexic has his hands full. If he wants to be a champion, this is how you prove it. Right here, right now, because actions speak louder than words, but they both go down. Demise and Dyslexic will fall. RushieZ gets taken out regardless, but nobody can put 10 toes down in the hill, so RushieZ will once again execute to perfection in the later portions of the round to give themselves a 4-2 lead.
They need this next round. They need this map. Try to tie it up. Try to make it 2-2 going into the second half of this grand final series. RushieZ hovering over that Retro Lancer, trying to probably... Are they going to take it to 60? I would love to see him take it to 60. Nope. Shock grenade placed out. Powerz and Dyslexic are doing a ton of work. A ton of damage right now, but it is just not coming through.
It's just not. It's not cleaning up. It's because the way RushieZ is able to Wolfpack, they're getting the revives on the side and then getting eliminations shortly after. Meanwhile, eUnited is just lancering. They're putting out great damage. Another round to kind of prove it, though. 4v3 here. A flank coming in through the middle. Dyslexic, how long and how much time can they buy on the side of eUnited? TJ and Demise, they're going to trade off shots. DeTox goes down. The flank is in. Lancer Fire is out. INZEM with another massive back A, which is going to stop them dead in their tracks, but the flank has been cemented. Dyslexic gets one. 2v2 is going to continue with Avexys trying to make it happen, but Dyslexic once again gets another shutdown. Demise spawns up just in the nick of time. That initial fight is going to end with eUnited coming out on top.
INZEM isn't even throwing apartment complexes in this map. He is throwing an entire mansions at people. Every time I see INZEM land a shot, it's a down or a chunk. That man is putting people on the skates, to the bricks. Finally, eUnited has an initial win, and they have a 2-1 hill advantage. Demise will have the long shot in hand. Body shot out to the right-hand side. eUnited will try to overextend here toward INZEM, toward the home hill. 2v1 on that side of the map. Demise misses another shot. Flash toward INZEM. Now TJ tries to go wide, hits a couple of shots. Needs one more for the landing, but the 2-1 is won by eUnited. While Demise is continuing to just run at this point. He's just trying to keep himself in a safe spot. Big shots here onto DeTox. Back A won't connect. Now DeTox goes to the bottom of the stairs, gets taken down. Demise with a big finish, in my opinion. He had to try to take that kill quick, fast, and in a hurry. Inside of the home hill is Powerz. Double cap domination being threatened. RushieZ will make it over there. Meanwhile, TJ is inside of the hill. He was trying to go for a little sneaky play there. He's going to get killed as well. Rushman at the E-Hill, trying to hold down the defense by himself for just now.
That's a lead has been built. They're not going to let that neutral get captured for free, but that's RushieZ's job to try to alleviate that pressure. DeTox being put full red. Flash grenade onto the exit, not wanting to let RushieZ escape, but he's going to take full damage going down. Revive is there. The bait is in. DeTox trades. RushieZ staying alive for now against Demise, who's having a game of his life. Kill after kill, putting RushieZ full red. No reinforcements from any team, and RushieZ doesn't need it. Taking him down and getting that neutral at the perfect moment, because I do believe with that capture, the win condition will go over.
Powerz up top of the retro, trying to get shots onto both of these players. Damage is out. DeTox with a new incendiary. We'll bring it over here. DeTox might throw that thing early, and he finds TJ! DeTox goes for the slide there. Powerz will get one, now holding down his lane. Gets it down there as well. INZEM with a quick revive. He's going to get shot on in the back, though. There's a big kill. RushieZ on the flank again!
Probably one of the most annoying players in Gears Esports in the best way possible. I feel like it's so hard to even mimic. That's just all instinct RushieZ playing with. He's going to get shut down. Dyslexic gets the sniper. Shock grenade going on over to Avexys, and you see the push being made in your mini-map, and you see the adjustments. TJ trying his darndest to bootstrap his way back on over to the hill so he can help his team defend this opportunity.
First down comes through on INZEM. That's a big kill for the side of eUnited, but now A-Hill, or that home hill, the F-Hill, will be under contestation. Powerz is trading out the home hill for home hill. E-Hill still in favor of eUnited. If he can get this cap underway, it takes a lot of pressure off. It alleviates a lot of that pressure, and that's going to be it. RushieZ, they will drop around over to eUnited. That's 4-3. eUnited has to be perfect 2 more rounds to win this map.
You know what I love about this grand finals, Colin? So many of these rounds going over 3 minutes long. When was the last time you've seen the majority of these rounds play out and go the absolute distance? That goes to show you can see it in your mini-map every single time. They're not overstaying their welcome. They're not taking 50-50s. They're making sure if their teammates are making a push on the other side of the map, it shows in their movements as they backtrack in their step little by little.
Next round underway, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody rolling out of spawn. RushieZ is sending a 2-2 split here. Now with third players coming up from the 6 o'clock. It's going to be Avexys. RushieZ up top with the incendiary. Throws it at the edge. He just got it over the edge, so I don't know if he can take that cover necessarily. Tagged up a little bit. Teams trading down to the opposite side of the map. Quick little meat shield out by INZEM. Good job by Avexys to help him get that solidified. So it looks like on the opposite side of the map, they should have an advantage. RushieZ will now ensue the 1v1 here against Dyslexic. Dyslexic with a ton of damage. Tries to Lancer RushieZ out for the rest of the down.
Dyslexic knows better. He definitely knows better than that. And he probably even slapped his leg there as he gets taken down, knowing that fact as well as Avexys and INZEM. Call you called out early on in the game, able to take control of the back tank. They're going to hold on to it as long as possible. The rematch right before our very eyes, Craig.
1v1, RushieZ gets a big shot onto Dyslexic with the back A is there. It's through and true. 4v3 on the map right now. 3 players from RushieZ pressuring toward the D-Hill. They get that first kill into Powerz. They're not afraid of anybody else. Now they're going to pressure up toward Demise. Demise might get headshot by DeTox. Gets missed. Now a second player rolls up in. They're going to be full red. DeTox goes down, and that's going to be Avexys trying to get the revive. He's going to go down as well. One more player's there. It's a mistake. RushieZ has every flank ever. I swear to God, Sun Tzu would be the happiest person ever to see this from the Art of War. Just flank after flank after flank. Never let your opponents know where you're coming from. Losing their absolute minds.
Trading downs. Not going to be a trade and revive. Dyslexic overstep. Not going to get the help of Powerz, but you see the backtrack. Demise trying to get there as soon as possible. 4 players versus 2. RushieZ have a massive advantage in terms of manpower. Powerz gets full red, gets taken down. 2 more players deep into the spawn. That's Dyslexic and Demise. They're going to be able to stay alive here. TJ by himself the backside. Tries to go for a flank, but they're just not as good as RushieZ's flanks.
Try to get it on the 6 o'clock there. They called it out. Demise has picked up that new incendiary on the opposite side of the map, I believe. He's picked up RushieZ's incendiary. Powerz has picked up their shock. Demise realizes that he might get overwhelmed in just a moment. Had gotten shot on just a little bit, holding the incendiary in his hands. We'll switch back over. Throws out the incendiary. Doesn't make the connection, but he blocks off one angle. Shock out. So, unsure if they've wasted all the utilities on this side of the map, but a ton of utilities have been put out. Demise is now going to pull back. He's going to try to pull Nasher. Avexys comes in for the help. They got to get these kills. They're back in the backside of the L cover now. They need to get a team fight win here. They're down to RushieZ. They need decaps everywhere on the map. TJ gets it down, but he cannot get the kill. E-Hill will be under contestation. There's the retro. There's the Lancer damage, excuse me. Trying to add in a fight, but INZEM shuts down another. INZEM is the hero that RushieZ needs, and he has come through in spades. RushieZ, they win it 5-3, and they tie the map count up. Jacob, it is now 2-2.
That winner's advantage is no more. We basically got ourselves a good old best of 5 series between these 2 teams. We're going back on over to control, which is something that I think is a little bit of a dangerous sight, because first time we were on it, that was not only on a map led and dominated by eUnited throughout the course of the season in Ritual, but since then, RushieZ has won a couple of maps, got the momentum underneath their belt. So I think when it comes back to control, it's going to be a different song and dance with RushieZ having the upper hands out of the gate.
RushieZ is going to have to continue this wave of momentum. They've taken Checkout. Now they've taken the Vasgar. They are looking to try to take 3 maps in a row and not just take a map lead, but take all the momentum into the finality of this grand finals. This is such a momentous occasion for them. This is such a huge moment. One man that is not folding beneath that pressure is INZEM, without a doubt. We have seen some silly plays. We've seen some boneheaded plays. I'm calling them out on it. Dyslexic and Demise are gonna have to step it up here. TJ and Powerz are doing everything within their human bodies to win this. And I think INZEM has found an inhuman body to shut down everything that eUnited has thrown at him. So for me in this instance, eUnited, they're falling prey to what lost them the last major. They're not getting production out of 1 through 4, whereas all of a sudden RushieZ, they're still getting consistency out of Avexys, consistency out of DeTox, consistency out of RushieZ, and INZEM is just taking it up one more notch. That is bad news bears for eUnited and all their fans.
Yeah, and we kept talking about RushieZ flanks throughout the course of that matchup. I think it's because of INZEM and what he's doing, just taking over. He's forcing everybody on the side of eUnited to focus him in a lot of these fights, and there goes the 2v1, where he just makes it look absolutely easy. Then you have DeTox and Avexys working together so well, that just allows RushieZ to do exactly what he wants, because eUnited is always focused on the war that's in front of him.
Their aggression is sometimes their best friend, and sometimes it is their worst enemy. RushieZ here. I mean, just look at this beautiful play. Baits him into the wrap shot, gets one of his own off. Every play from RushieZ, you see them just making the next play up. They're forcing eUnited into a bad spot, a bad position. This is an incredible situation for them.
Look at these replays, man. That match, like, just watching the replays and without casting calling, I'm just getting like a whole different feel and seeing how good this finals actually is overall. Like I said throughout the course of that one, how many times have you seen rounds in Escalation go the full 3 minutes as consecutive as it has? But we're gonna go to a match that goes the distance each and every time, on over to District, where if you get crumbled, if you get taken out, you can lose 2 straight hills, put yourself in a hole that's so hard to climb out of. And RushieZ already did that in the losers finals against the defending champions at the time, the Pioneers.
Big kills left, right, and center for RushieZ have really been the story and their momentum shifter against eUnited. And their team fire has been incredible. Their flanks have been on point, left, right, and center. Can they continue that momentum into District? Can they continue to put their best foot forward and put eUnited on the back foot?
Interesting to see how this fight's going to go down, because we know how good RushieZ is at that back cinema fight. They were able to turn that one victory to about 100 to 0 at one point or another against KCP. They're looking to replicate that here, but you got to imagine waiting in the grand finals, eUnited was taking notes, trying to visualize every single moment in that last match. So you can even see, or I can theorize, that eUnited could even try to play for that drop shot, because we know INZEM plays on that side of the map. You drop him out of the game early, you get the power weapon, and then you try to turn and converge on the cinema. So many options for both of these teams, but this is what they've been practicing for and they've been waiting for. The grand finals with everything up for grabs.
District, like you said, is a very precarious map. If you go down 2 or 3 hills in a row, we saw such an incredible overtake by RushieZ earlier in the day, just to lose a ton of points. I think they only won that map. They were up 110, 120 points against the side of the Pioneers to only win at 300 to 286, I believe. So it will only get worse
if you do not continue to get those successive hill defenses, those successive hill kills and setups. The initial's always pretty concerning for a lot of players. Right back into that back cinema fight and then rotating over to the bottom right-hand side of the minimap.
We got a spawn. Here we go. You know where it's going to happen, towards that cinema. Powerz, he got stunned up. He's going to be the first one there, but still has a flash in hand to try to counter and take that positioning on back. TJ gets dropped, though. That's going to stall him for a few seconds, but flash after flash, it's going to continue. INZEM over the top, getting the down on the Dyslexic, but Avexys is going to get dropped simultaneously. They have to reinforce their position here on the hill, but it looks like RushieZ backtracks just enough to save a player and then re-push back into the hill to get the eliminations.
And once again, RushieZ with a beautiful little setup and a beautiful control over that back cinema fight. The extra Lancer fire getting the down on the outside and then just allowing the aggression of eUnited to be their worst enemy yet again. They will take the lead in this one early, and Demise will try to stay inside of the juice to hold onto the positioning on this side of the map for that side of the respawns. Rushman tries to go up the stairs. He might try to hop the cover and go down here. He is going to go down. Now DeTox on that first ledge will look for that next one. There's another down in. They will be inside of the hill. They'll cut into the lead by about 10 to 15 points. Demise actually got in and got out with a drop, but he has to be concerned. He doesn't want to get shot on. Players are actually coming across the map. What an angle from RushieZ!
What an angle indeed, but Demise staying alive. The selfless play, but no, Avexys chase him down. Even though Avexys falls, that was so impactful. Drop shot out of play, a big tool out of the arsenal of eUnited as INZEM fighting for the spawn point and even gets it. You see Avexys instantaneously there. Fresh respawn, fresh utility all at the same time as RushieZ needs some help. He's going to get it in a few seconds. Back A, that's going to get one elimination. Demise, he has the positioning by himself. Powerz trying to move up, dealing shot after shot. The down is in. The revive is out. Powerz once again gets a double.
Powerz is going to have to be that driving force yet again. Powerz the Lancer out, trying to help out onto DeTox. He'll go down. One player down inside of the juice. That'll be Dyslexic. Dyslexic probably got the call out that at least one person was rotating in. Now Powerz is set up here for the defensive stand. TJ's trying to leave. He's trying to get down inside of the spawn. He's not going to be able to do it. Powerz puts himself in the middle of nowhere, the middle of God and everybody, but he goes down as well. Here comes INZEM. The bottom side of the stairwell. They're going to try to go for the overwhelm here in a 4v3, 4v2 situation. One down comes in. The second one comes in as well. Both kills are through, and RushieZ will once again have the correct positioning in the hill to take the lead.
Yeah, the hill is going to change very, very close to the same time that the drop shot is going to come up. So that's a great indicator for a lot of these teams. And that's why you see, even though eUnited had the positioning on the backside, they're trying to break out. They don't want to give up a free power weapon over to RushieZ, who's already showing they're playing well. They're warming up, and they're looking like a threat to that championship that eUnited covets so much.
Demise inside of the bandstand. TJ trying to angle out here in the middle of the cinema. Sees the misroll by DeTox, but can't really try to pressure that out. He's going to go down. Demise the bottom side of the map in a 1v1 against INZEM. INZEM backslides in. Big first shot on. Demise hits him with a wrap shot. Now Dyslexic inside of the info. He's going to get pressured out here by DeTox. Big shots on. Will get the down. Maybe the help will come through. There's a down there on Avexys as well, I believe, in the middle. And that takes care of the drop shot.
That one's out of play, so both Demise and Avexys getting it in their hands, unable to really utilize it. That goes to show where the focus is at from both of these rosters, not wanting to give up inches for free. Down towards the left, Dyslexic knows that one's going to be cleaned up by Demise. This has met themselves in the hill, and this is where you see Powerz knows that rotation's going to low portion of the map. He's just trying to get himself as deep as possible. Once he sees multiple numbers, he's going to backtrack into that spawn and hold out his Lancer as long as possible.
Powerz here waiting at this ledge, looking across, looking for anybody to come up those stairwells. The INZEM mark is there and through. TJ will also get the mark that DeTox is inside of the info, waiting to poke out. Two players were rotating through the cinema area. Have to be careful not to get flanked out here. First player into that ledge. There's a kill by DeTox on to TJ. I believe one nade got thrown out. Flash of some kind. It's going to get the down, though, on Dyslexic. There's the stun onto RushieZ, and eUnited, I mean, they gave up a pretty simplistic retake over to the side of RushieZ, but they held onto the hill really well and honestly long enough for them to be able to get in position. But with INZEM still hitting those mansions on people, it's going to be hard to get anything going.
Yeah, we've got a chance. Stat line right now, 7-1, only getting taken out once. I do believe it was towards the initial. Since then, multiple hills went by without him falling a single time. DeTox holding on just long enough because he knows he can easily backtrack. There's no weapon on this side of the map, but as soon as the damage comes in, he overstays his welcome. He's going to get dropped. That gives up the whole right side of the map to eUnited.
United looking to try to get another kill here. INZEM will go down. He'll be taken out inside of the hill. RushieZ inside of the info. Is going to get stunned for a moment, bouncing around for as long as he can. Gets meleeed after the down comes through from Dyslexic. Demise pulls out the Lancer. He goes for the reload. He realizes that he's getting challenged over here. And Avexys will pull his flash. Look for the chance to try to get a shot on. Who they have? There's the down on Demise, and that's going to open things up. One player inside of the juice. Excuse me, DeTox with another kill. Here comes Powerz trying to add into this situation. There's still 40 seconds on this hill, Jacob, and I mean, RushieZ, they force eUnited out of the hill to take fights all over the world, and next thing you know, they go down, they get taken out.
Drop shot still up as well. That's why you see the focus on the middle of the map, and it's RushieZ who are falling at the wrong time. Drop shot in the hands of TJ, but he goes down. Can they save the day? No. So once again, the drop shot is going to be out. It is going to be burned, and RushieZ is going to pick up the spoils of war. And RushieZ knows keeping him alive is of the utmost importance, even if that means sacrificing a life in the form of DeTox. But a team kill comes out. INZEM gets it on to RushieZ, and every player of RushieZ will fall. And honestly, I was going to say, if TJ didn't pick that up, drop shot has been unable to be used just once, but with TJ having it in his hands, this is the perfect tool for a defensive stop on a push from RushieZ.
I really like what I believe it was Dyslexic did right there. He went into the hill because RushieZ knows that TJ's waiting there, and he went into the hill to try to get it to spawn up quicker on the Pergola side. And when they forced themselves against him into that issue, he just pulled back. They got it down. They extend that hill out. And now they get TJ in the hill early again.
I wonder if they see Demise there, because that's perfect. Oh, he missteps the weapons, but two great shots regardless. Takes down INZEM, distracts the flank, back to back as he takes out RushieZ as well. The last two members are basically dead to right, but Powerz, he oversteps, he gets too close. Dyslexic falls as well. Avexys and DeTox stand up tall.
Big drop shot kill, settles it in for just a moment. Now TJ has to worry about Avexys. Avexys helping out with across the map fire from RushieZ. INZEM inside of the juice. Powerz will get caught out. He's going to go down as well. INZEM still holding court here inside of the juice. Dyslexic gets a kill here at the info, playing across the map. This has been a big hill hold. This Pergola hill has been picture perfect. I believe eUnited has gotten every single point off of it to this moment.
Might have faltered, let off the gas just a little bit, but foot is down, pedal to the metal. eUnited, this is their best chance at winning the major here, and if they could take out RushieZ on not only their pick, but one of their best game modes, that will be a huge boost to confidence, as Powerz knows Avexys is weak, unable to get the right flash, but he takes a big shot as Avexys doing what he can. He gets taken down. Great teamwork from eUnited as attacking at all angles.
Next hill will spawn up. One player is already in it. It's a 1v1 down there at the hill. I believe Demise is in the worse for wear position there as well. They're going to get the kill onto him, and Powerz is stuck inside of the info between everybody from RushieZ. Will drop his flash at his feet. Will get a stun, but will go down to the secondary shot as RushieZ rotates in. New drop shot in the hands of Avexys, and they will rotate down. They're going to try to answer back with a full hill hold of their own.
Hill number 4, we were tied up about 110 apiece, Colin. Since then, it's been about 67-5 in uncontested points on the side of eUnited. We're definitely turning up a notch, but with RushieZ having control of this hill, they need about one big team fight defense to kind of tie it up. From there, it's all about rotations, who spawns where, and what you do afterwards. But you can see the defense is being spread out as multiple members of RushieZ taking different sides of the map.
3 players in. Here comes the drop, the active drop in the hands. It'll probably shot toward Demise. Angle out from the opposite side of the map. Up top to the top of the stairwell. There's the kill, ladies and gentlemen. And now we will see another retake attempt coming in from the side of eUnited. They're going to get fights here into that stairwell. And that is going to be another down onto TJ. Dyslexic moves up into the fight for the possible help, but once again, RushieZ shuts him down.
As that big team fight they were looking for, and even though they had a chance here to take the lead back, but they know timing is of the utmost importance. You have to start to begin your rotation early. Give yourselves a cushion to build off. But RushieZ, he's going to be trapped out. He's going to be lanterned out. The pistol fired too much, trying to turn and burn, but no success coming through. And with that man advantage, they're slowly but surely pushing in inch by inch, making sure every player is weak. But Avexys, full red, gets the help he needs just in the nick of time. But a big flank from Dyslexic, taking a page out of the RushieZ playbook, and it's coming to fruition. Multiple downs getting cleaned up, but it's somehow, some way, DeTox able to get the trade, but that's where it's going to end. The hill is going to go in favor of eUnited as long as no miracles happen on the side of RushieZ.
See what they have here is RushieZ up top, will get shot on from behind. Here's Powerz angling him out. Doesn't hit a ton of shots there, so RushieZ finds the freedom to run right in. DeTox is going to challenge out to one player here. I believe it's Demise. Inside of that juice, he's going to drop his flash at his feet and try to continue to rotate out, but I think RushieZ might have spawned to his 90 degrees, so now he has to be careful not to get switched from the other side of the map.
Another drop shot in the hands of RushieZ in form of RushieZ, but he goes down. INZEM trying to be hero. Keep talking about the selfless plays. The communication has to be on point to make sure that revive is almost instantaneous. Drop shot's going to go out, unable to connect with an elimination, but TJ goes down either way. But Powerz holding down this spot is going to make it hard for RushieZ to put in. You see the damage being dealt, only a down as the revive once again almost instantaneous, but Dyslexic holding his ground. Great shot's going to be countered back, and he buys himself more time as he backs down a couple players of RushieZ.
There's another kill out from Powerz. Now looking for the wrap shot onto the next player. Won't be able to get it. He's still inside of the hill, holding court, 242 and counting. They are up over 200 points in this situation. Maybe looking for the next shot on. He's going to be caught out. He's just going to continue to keep two players from RushieZ's attention here in the middle. And that'll be a kill for RushieZ, but Demise holding onto that shot grenade. Will throw it perfectly, I think, into the lap of one player of RushieZ. TJ, he's going to need some help here, I think, against RushieZ. RushieZ is playing the down and distance game. Tries to go for the roadie strafe right into his face. Won't be able to get him. And that is what I was talking about. RushieZ right into the hill, bottom side of the map, bottom side of the stairs. They're going to have to go for a possible neutralization from the top side.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to take the lead off this hill, but they can get close. Similar situation as before. They're going to leave it with some time left as they start to make the rotation, but the points holding on, making sure that eUnited doesn't break through in this occasion is going to be important. DeTox bounce around. That's a massive double kill. DeTox is going to get a third as well with the help of INZEM, and they're spawning out Dyslexic, and as soon as they spawn out Dyslexic, they're going to get an eye on the respawn players as well.
Looking for the next retake here, 213, 214 to 256. All of eUnited has rotated over to the top side of the ATM here. Let's see what they have. INZEM goes down. There's the out. Now DeTox will get the shots on from the inside of the juice, trying to lance her out toward that fountain. Not going to be able to find any kills. RushieZ will spawn at the bottom side of the map. And we'll now have the verticality coming back through the top middle of the map. 120 on that drop shot, meaning it is up and open. Will RushieZ go for the retake of it? I believe the shot got thrown at Powerz, as a matter of fact, to get him out of the juice. And now Avexys has the new drop shot to use for a retake attempt. Avexys will be red, but INZEM is going to be front line of the defense there. Shot through the big window, maybe waiting. He's going to shoot it toward Demise's mark, and he gets Demise as well. Beautiful job on the drop shot.
Looks like he might have got some splash damage on another player as well, but Powerz returning to the scene of the crime, gets the reaction shot onto one, tries to revive a teammate, but he drops along with TJ Dyslexic as well. And this is the opportunity. Your eyes puts themselves inches every single time, but this is the moment they can take the lead on back.
Big kill onto Demise at the bottom of the map. Continues to keep them in the correct position. 50 seconds to go on this hill. A long way to go. Could get RushieZ into the 280-point differential. And you can see RushieZ trying to make a decisive move toward the bottom side of the map. eUnited, they're going to try to push across the middle here. Dyslexic gets it down onto DeTox. Avexys is there for the quick revive, though. So beautiful job by him. And let's see what he does with this next set of rotations. A pick little there by the meat shield, and now RushieZ moves in. Gonna need to get another set of kills here. Avexys will get the shot on. He's gonna be full red. RushieZ, though, holding down that cubby corner, and he's gonna get that down. And that's a beautiful job by the side of RushieZ. They've maintained control, maintained their positioning in the middle of the map here and in that hill. And INZEM still holding court at the bandstand will get yet another kill.
Guess where the hill is going to be at next. As you see, United, they feel like they're looking a little lost right now because that's only 10 seconds they're fighting for. They had RushieZ weak. Now they must stay. They hold on, but a flank towards the backside. They put themselves in a blender. Demise and TJ, they have to separate because that would cost Demise his life as well. A 3-point lead going over to RushieZ. Multiple eliminations and the position, but for now, INZEM backtracks. He's trying to wait for his teammates and not make a mistake alone.
Looking for the next single shot kill for anybody on this map. They are just prowling around this middle bandstand area, bottom side of the map. eUnited has control over the hill right now. One player down for RushieZ. Drop shot is up in the middle of the map. Avexys will try to go to the wide side, looking to try to get a pressure point onto Dyslexic. Powerz will have the drop up in the middle. Shots toward the bottom here. eUnited will come in here. There's the revive attempt. No drop shot usage yet. Here comes the reaction shot. Drop shot only gets a damage. No death yet. And here we see Avexys inside of the bandstand, and now it'll be up to RushieZ to play defense.
It looks like eUnited has taken a few steps back in terms of that wolf pack because that would have been a perfect time for TJ to stay alive, help out Powerz, put that drop shot to use. 1v1, TJ gets shut down yet again. Winnable for RushieZ on this hill as they steal away the momentum in the grand finals. Powerz gets shut down. Time is ticking. DeTox trying to hold the line. Dyslexic's gonna fall. The pressure is now onto Demise with time not on his side. A couple of seconds left. He gets dropped. TJ for the 3rd time in a row will get taken down, and RushieZ will complete the comeback to win 3 straight maps in a row and take the lead in our grand finals.
Incredible comeback by RushieZ, ladies and gentlemen. Now that they've got the 1 map lead, can they hold on to it? Will they leave it to eUnited? Leave the door open for them to come back? We will come back after a quick commercial break with the next execution in our Best of 9 series.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gear Spring Major Grand Finals. What a turn of events, boys. Ribs, RushieZ, they're up 3-2. They made it happen, and you were the one to predict this to happen, brother. How you feeling now?
Oh, I'm good. I mean, I'm just happy this is extremely competitive match. I mean, job's not done yet, though. This is a halftime show. There's still so much gameplay left. There's still so much time left for eUnited to turn this around. And yeah, this is a best of 9. RushieZ is making this very competitive and as entertaining as I could hope for as a fan, analyst, former player. This is what we'd love to see in a grand final.
Ryan, 3 dominant maps for the boys of RushieZ. Obviously, you know, eUnited, they did start off strong on Ritual, 300 to 112. I, for one, personally, Ryan, was thinking, ooh, this might be a pretty shaky grand finals, but talk about turning things around. For RushieZ to be leading now, that's pretty impressive, pretty special. Talk to me about the momentum they must have.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling great. I mean, obviously, think about this matchup in general. We've talked about over and over how close it's been, how they go back and forth. One team wins one series, one team wins the other, right? Of course, eUnited won this in winner's bracket. Now you see what would be in a normal series. This would be like a 3-1 victory for RushieZ, right? They've won 3 maps. eUnited's only won 1. They obviously came in with the winner's advantage. Now we're entering some kind of unseen territory, right? Now we're entering that stage of the tournament, that stage of the finals where that map pool really starts to matter. We're getting deeper and deeper into this series. The series looking like it's going to go the distance. Now we're going to see what these teams are really made of. That map pool is going to be so important. Teams like RushieZ have talked about how they're so comfortable with so many maps. This is looking good for them.
Looking great for them. And Ribs, this is a big moment for eUnited as a whole to turn things around. And what I mean by that is just tie it up 3-3. You've been in grand championships before, in grand finals, I should say. You've been here, you've done that. If you were on eUnited now, what would be the kind of talking point you would bring to the table to bring these boys back on track to win, tie it up 3-3, and then ultimately go on to win grand finals?
Well, conveniently for them, they're going right into Tomb Execution, one of their strongest maps. Honestly, you just have to look forward. You have to have a short memory. Yes, right now they're on the back burner. Yes, right now they just lost 3 maps straight to a red-hot RushieZ, better looking RushieZ than we've ever seen. But you got to trust your process, right? And this is a team that's put in a lot of work. This is a team that has a lot of faith in their coaching staff, faith in each other. You go in 1 round at a time, 1 kill at a time. They have so many different plays that they can make on Tomb as a map specifically. Once you win a few rounds on Tomb, it's like the other maps didn't even happen. You tie it up 3-3, and now we're truly going into uncharted territory, at least for this matchup so far. These 2 teams have never been in a situation like this versus each other.
This is definitely new territory for sure. Ryan, a special moment for RushieZ, though. First time this organization has been in a Majors Grand Finals. And for the first appearance, it seems as if they have a real chance. Job's not done, I get that, but how special would it be for RushieZ as a whole? And honestly, for several of these guys who haven't been in a Grand Finals before, for their first appearance to actually win one.
It would be absolutely incredible if RushieZ was able to bring home a championship. That organization has supported this game and this franchise for so many years at this point, dating back in the past titles. Guys like Reem, Roger Saffold, they have been supporting our game for so long. So I would love if they were able to bring one home. They've stuck with Avexys the whole way through. He's been kind of the face of this team, the face of this brand. It would be just incredible for them to win their first championship under this banner. Of course, we're starting to run out of time. We only have a couple of these left, so it would be incredible. I'm sure that they would just be so happy to bring this one home. Of course, like Jordan said, the job is not done. We are only talking the halftime show. We cannot crown them just yet. The last thing you want to do is curse them, right, and then turn this around. But to answer your question, it would be incredible, right? Obviously, eUnited also an incredibly supportive organization, but they have won one already. They've experienced that. This RushieZ team hasn't. So obviously, like I said, I came into this thinking this is an incredible story. Regardless, you have 3 players on each team who have never won before. So either way, you just get to be so happy for any players in this match. You get to be so happy for these organizations who have stuck it out. So this is a great one, man. This match has been incredible. We haven't had a grand finals like this in a long time. So this has been absolutely awesome. I love seeing the adjustments you're seeing from teams like RushieZ winning some of the maps they lost in the prior series. You heard Affinity call his shot and say that we get the chance to adapt now. The winning team doesn't get the chance to adapt. We do. You're seeing it kind of play out before your eyes here. So again, what an incredible grand finals. We're only halfway through right now. So I'm sure we're in store for a ton of great more action.
Affinity, great point, by the way. Tomb being the next map. Obviously, we know eUnited is very good there, but also Affinity was hyping up his boys of RushieZ, saying when they played against Pittsburgh Knights, they didn't even have to reach into the bag of tricks. I mean, they just kind of kept it pretty simple, and now they can really bring out those different strats that they were talking about. So RushieZ, they could be deadly on this this next map coming up. But let's talk about MVP. So far, obviously, job's not done, but we got to talk about who stands out to one of you guys. I've got my opinion. Ribs, we'll start with you. Who's standing out to you?
For RushieZ, it's my boy INZEM. I'll be honest, he's been making a lot of plays. He's been making plays that they need, crucial plays. Like, they might not even show up on the stat board, but it's like momentum switching plays. And yeah, all of them are playing amazing. RushieZ, Avexys, DeTox is making plays as well. But INZEM, like I said, this is the best I've ever seen him play under the pressure that he's under right now in a major format.
Ryan, what about you? INZEM seems to be a solid pick.
Yeah, on the RushieZ side, I think that INZEM would probably be my pick as well. On the United side, I think Powerz has been the best player in this lobby throughout this match. Of course, his team is down, but he has looked like the best player in this lobby so far during this match. So I think if United wins it, I err towards Powerz, but I do totally agree with Jordan. INZEM has been playing very, very well. He's been making huge plays, so he would be my choice as well. After that, I mean, DeTox has been making plays. He's been going off, obviously, but we kind of expect that from him at this point. He's just so good. So it's been incredible to watch these guys go at it, man. This has been a true battle of the Titans.
And INZEM, such an incredible story, right? To retire in a way and then come right back and readjust, reacclimate to gears. But he is just tearing it up, and MVP definitely could be going his way if RushieZ can hold on. But as you both said wisely, job's not done just yet. We have a lot more maps, I am sure of it. A map 9 would be absolutely incredible. And I really do hope we get to that point. But Tomb coming up, it's going to be an interesting one. And for eUnited, they're great there, but so is RushieZ. And I'm sure they have some tricks they're going to be showing us that might be new or unseen. Of course, Colin Jacob, they've been calling the action and killing it all night. Colin Jacob, I pass it off once again. Let's head into Tomb execution.
Thank you so much, Taylor, Reflections Noble, and the boys on the analyst desk, Ribs and Ryan. Look, the only thing that looks better than this gameplay is them 3 boys over there on the analyst desk, Jacob. So hopefully they can just try to match it in this next one. Hopefully, Tomb, the gameplay can step it up one notch and just match how good looking that analyst desk is.
Yeah, and already I feel like we've seen from RushieZ today, this weekend overall, is they have so much more depth than anybody could have ever given them credit for, and that's because of Affinity and his long-lasting history throughout many different Gears Award titles, from professional to actual coach. He's done it all, and I think that's going to see or lead the charge here on Tomb, because they have that strategy where they bum rush the torque bow, they play the normal right in the middle, they like to bait players on each side of the map, and I think they just have it all in terms of the big picture. So it's going to take a big driving force on the side of eUnited.
INZEM tagged up pretty heavily. TJ to the backside of the tomb now. Full red. He's going to go down to the first one, and now the wrap shot comes out. Looking to try to answer back. RushieZ is in the 4v3. They get the final down there. 3v2 now. Flip the script. It's going to be a 2v2. eUnited versus RushieZ.
Powerz with a shot. Trying to do this teamwork. As soon as TJ said, I got him, Powerz said, I got out, all at the same time. They want to keep this 2v1 intact, and they're going to be playing disciplined. Look at the separation. They're not going to give RushieZ any chances to clutch this one up.
Yeah, they're going to go angular on RushieZ here. RushieZ will have to make a decision toward that overtime hill if he's not able to make an earlier decision, really. You see RushieZ just trying to survey his position, trying not to let Powerz get behind him either. I think he just saw Powerz roll out in front of him.
There's not RushieZ really can do. He has a pistol, he has a Lancer. A sniper would have been perfect in this situation because then he can play with his food a little bit, get somebody to peek out, and hopefully go for a headshot. But Demise and Powerz keeping their eyes on the prize while slowly backing up, making sure that if RushieZ sees a green light, they shut down that opportunity almost instantly. And I like this out of Demise too, waiting for the actual overtime hill to utilize that shock grenade to once again minimize the options that RushieZ has.
Demise bouncing back toward the overtime hill. Demise and Powerz in the 2v1. Looking for that last little bit that they can take away from him. You can see that they're just going to wait for this overtime hill to spawn. And then there will probably be a little bit of a dash or a 2v1 attack coming out. RushieZ will move into the Rose Garden here. A little bit of shots onto him. He's going to see that shot comes out. Demise trying to stay wide. RushieZ hits the big shot onto him. Now he's going to have the snub shot fight back against Powerz, but Powerz will shut him down. RushieZ almost plays yet another perfect 2v1 to win an execution round.
This is why I brought out that Ghost jersey the other day, Colin. This is the form that RushieZ is taking. He's looking like that Ghost Gaming RushieZ when he first bursted onto the scene with an unknown roster and really took everybody by storm. And honestly, he was a sought-after player ever since and just defines the way aggression is played. But unfortunately enough, Powerz just had too many upper hands and advantages in that last round, but quick to the next as INZEM gets stunned out. Powerz trying to bait him out. He's going to take and go down, but quickly revive towards the back end. TJ keeping his distance, dealing shot after shot, making sure nobody can get up, but Demise is still down on the ground. No revive just yet. Powerz is going to drop as well. The tables are turning as RushieZ, they're coming back. Down after down, elimination after elimination, revive after revive. They clutch up.
Not a lot of opportunity there for eUnited to get back into that one. After that first down and kill, TJ goes for the revive, or the reload on his shotgun, excuse me. Maybe had an opportunity to pull the Lancer, the snub, try to add in the damage to try to keep his teammates in the advantageous position there. Because as everybody from RushieZ got revived, you can see that eUnited wasn't able to get the big shots on, get the ability to get more downs or more kills.
Gonna stall them. See TJ forced to roll back, but it was mainly on the tree, not to give Powerz any position to work with, but that gives TJ everything under the sun, forcing RushieZ back. The Lancers are on their side as TJ goes down first. They're trying to even up the fray by taking down RushieZ, but INZEM hot on their heels, keeping the man advantage intact and on their side. Dyslexic 1v2. He's able to get the trade, but that's where it ends. Powerz only has a few seconds in a 1v1 here, and DeTox doesn't even give him a chance.
Powerz is going to Lancer out here. INZEM to the wide. DeTox in front of him, looking over his head with that long shot, trying to wait for the possible opportunity to get the headshot. Powerz bounces out, and he's going to get body shot, rolls off to the side. They're going to pressure out here. He's going to get the health once again. Another shot out from DeTox. Won't be able to catch that one. He rolls back. Powerz trying to play his positioning perfectly, has kept both players at bay for a while. Continues to bounce around. Another missed shot by DeTox. My God, Powerz is doing it right here, keeping both players at bay. Snub finally comes out. He's got 10 more shots in the chamber for that Nasher. And there it comes. INZEM will go wide. And there's the headshot from DeTox after the wall switch by Powerz.
Once again, I just feel like I'm seeing the micro adjustments being made on the side of RushieZ, where eUnited, they're just rolling out a spawn. They have their foundation, the blueprint of the strategy, but they're not necessarily working in a full team cohesive effort. One player's pushing up, another one's falling back, and they're just constantly getting separated throughout these past 2 rounds that RushieZ have been able to win. I'm seeing a huge switch up here. They have their focus now at the bottom half of the map. They're going for the torque bow first. Demise, it looks like he will be able to get it in his hands, but it's going to be INZEM, the main person that could try and stop him.
INZEM at the box will look toward 3 players from eUnited. RushieZ will have a free pick at the long shot if they went for it. DeTox will pick it and turn and burn onto TJ. He's down. Now Demise with the torque bow is going to need a pick here to try to even it up 3v3. Will only get damage right there. DeTox looking for another shot here. Across the map. They're going to need a big pick here, Jacob. I mean, they're going to have to get at least 1 kill with that torque.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map. Yeah, no, just because of the 3 players positioned down low, they're not going to let anybody push up on them, so I got to agree with you 100%. Demise has to make the play with the torque bow. He gets tagged up with the sniper, though. You know exactly where he's beginning to rotate. Entire team, in fact, and beginning to set up, and that's why you see RushieZ still down low. He's just making sure there's no sneaky players going around, and it takes one to know one.
Demise will probably go for another active torque bow shot and hope that somebody comes to the top side of that stairwell for him to get shots on. I believe they're rotating Powerz up into the close spot.
Powerz almost giving him that opportunity. DeTox and a miss by mere inches. 3 players on this side of the map ready for the push that Powerz and Demise look like they're telegraphing. That 3rd and final player, he's going to get spotted out as well. So on the side of RushieZ, they know exactly where each and every one of the players are. Almost gets the headshot. It's overtime, 15 seconds. It's going to start where the sniper is at, and that's why you see INZEM waiting down there. RushieZ as well. They're just going to try to step in the hill at the perfect moment. 5 seconds, Colin. That's all it takes.
Just before the hill spawns, Demise has come down to the bottom now. 1v1 here. RushieZ with the back A, gets the kill. Inside of the hill, 3 players from RushieZ. They go up 3-1. They are dominating this map here, and they are dominating the score lead. They are looking to be 1 map away from total victory.
I think this is J-Rib's most perfect event in terms of predictions. He said 5-3, Colin. 5-3 maps. RushieZ looking like they're on the door, knocking real loud, even hitting the doorbell for their 4th map of the series to take a 4-2 lead. Going to take a heroic effort here by eUnited to stop them in their tracks. A late rotation on over the torque bow. They're trying to bait it out. RushieZ, he's able to escape while full red with the torque bow in hands, revving it up, trying to let it loose. Narrowly misses that one, but he knows he's under siege, trying to stay alive. Flank in the middle. RushieZ getting 2.
Now Dyslexic's trying to stay alive in this situation. Gets the melee down. There's the quick meat shield out. 1v1 for the finality of the round. Demise back rolls. DeTox bouncing back and forth. They both got to go into their position for that revive. For the hell, DeTox is rotated all the way to the top side of the map for that long shot. Now DeTox has his best friend in his hands because he's been using it to perfection most of this map. Demise gets shot in the back. Here comes the snub fire. Misses that one and goes for the reload. Doesn't have a chance to get that down there. Now we'll see the overtime hill spawning between the 2 players in front of him. Demise is going to have to win a 1v1 here against DeTox with that long shot in his hand.
DeTox can do whatever he wants here. That's the thing. He's going to be the feared one, but if he misses a shot at close range or even semi-close range, that's going to give Demise the go-ahead. Overtime. 5 seconds left. Goal in mind. Flashbang out. DeTox gonna get stunned. Demise pushing up. First shot's gonna be landed. Second one as well. But haymaker after haymaker. DeTox wins the 1v1. Comes out on top and cements another round victory for RushieZ.
That is soul crushing for eUnited, for their fans, for everybody, for Demise. Demise has struggled the last few maps and is getting even worse because of the fact that DeTox in a 1v1 right there He gets stunned. Demise gets the first 2 chances at shots and still goes down. Unacceptable.
What did DeTox say in that interview? I just do what I want, when, where, how. Show me somebody who will stop me because I can't see him in the room. Dyslexic gets first blooded. RushieZ again, along with Avexys, working absolutely perfect. I would love to hear a listen in because one of the voices I know I would hear is Affinity himself, controlling the troops, the general of all generals, leading them to victory. But another down is going to be traded again. Avexys getting that final down onto a player. RushieZ is going to be the one to clean that up, and RushieZ will once again have a 3v2 man advantage.
Excellent!
3v2, but Powerz has the long shot. This could turn at any time into a 2v2. RushieZ will pick up the torque bow. DeTox will pick up the shock on the opposite end of the map. Missed little headshot there on the up bay. Now Powerz will rotate over to the left-hand side. Look for the top side of the stairwell for somebody to make a mistake. Shock is going to come out to block him out, I think. They're going to try to get the block onto him. He bounces right back into the same cover. RushieZ, he misses a torque bow. He actually torques the front of his own stairwell. Now it'll be Powerz still in the 2v1 right here. Long shot in hand, going for a body shot. Avexys now on the flank. Will put out some pressure. Powerz gets shot on. He's stuck in a corner, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Shot on full red, down and dead. TJ, he wins the 1v against the Avexys on the opposite side, but now it is RushieZ and DeTox versus TJ. And he win the 2v1 right here. TJ will have to push up with one more bolt, Jacob. One more bolt to try to shut this down. DeTox goes down. TJ will roll up. He's going to try to get close for the up A. Won't be able to get it. He goes down. RushieZ, 1 round away from 1 map from glory. Can they pull it off? Can they win 6 in a row and put the dagger in the heart?
This is just a complete and utter mismatch, Colin, when it comes to strategy overall on this map. The troops are ready, and on the other side, it almost seems, and I even read it in chat, that eUnited prepared to go blow for blow, a big round matchup against the Pioneers. Now that you go on against a team that has something else up their sleeve, it's hard to react. It's hard to make the plays happen. TJ under siege again. Lancer fire towards his back. INZEM, the bait and switch is out. They're working absolutely perfect with each other to take not only the weapons, but the position away from EU.
United has lost map position yet again here on the field of battle. It looks like RushieZ is actually going to roll back here, try to gain that map position back with at least 1 power weapon in their hand. Demise will have 3 bolts in the quiver to use. Inside that position, DeTox might go for the switch here. INZEM will give up that long shot over to the side of DeTox with what he's been able to do with it thus far.
Bro, this is beautiful, Colin. Beautiful. The switch up of the weapons, jostling around the utility, making sure everything is picture perfect here, because this one is going to go to the distance. It's 4v4, everybody backtracking. The only thing I don't know, didn't pay attention at the beginning of the round. I was so hyped up. Where's overtime? Tell me, because that's going to allow me to get the information I know to figure out what's going to happen.
Should be back down. Should be back down at the sniper, because that last round was going to be up top. It'll switch back to the bottom side of the map, I believe.
Now, as I look at the mini-map, just trying to feel it out, breathe here for a moment as RushieZ still has the positioning towards torque bow. Avexys slowly but surely right behind him. They're split up in 2s. INZEM and DeTox is going to be the other half of that duo. TJ once again almost getting wigged out.
Powerz has the torque bow switched over to him. Shot out toward RushieZ. RushieZ is full red. He has to roll back into that other cubby. He might get shot around the corner. Hops the drop. He's going to get caught by Powerz. Powerz rotating through the front side. They get another kill. It's 4v2 on the map, but it's 10 seconds to glory for RushieZ. They're looking forward now. Both players playing in toward the hill. DeTox the long shot in his hands. Needing to try to get a headshot here. Powerz picks off INZEM, and there's the chunk with the fragmentation grenades. Second round of the board for eUnited. They have got to be on a knife's edge. They're riding a lightning bolt. They've got to win 4 straight rounds in a row just to tie up the map count now, Jacob.
You know how hard that is going to be? That is going to be so hard. There's going to be at least 2 to 3 different strategies throughout the course of the rounds right now. So eUnited has to be ready to see everything under the sun. Demise going down low, 2 in the middle. Mirrored strategies from both of these teams, but the difference is TJ grabbing that shock. That's the difference maker.
TJ into the area with that long shot. Shot goes out. Nobody's going to get that pick there. And now Demise will push back forward, looking for the extra angle here. Powerz misses that shot. Demise trying to get the shot over the top onto RushieZ. RushieZ going to tagged up. He's full red, but Demise will not stay into the area to try to challenge up the secondary part of that fight. Dyslexic in a 1v. He's going to get some help, though, from the middle of the map. He's going to get that down. Now Demise is down to the bottom side of the map. Traded out. 3v3, Jacob. Now 3v2 as it looks like Dyslexic has died to a fragmentation grenade of DeTox. Frag out toward TJ. TJ with a secondary shot gets a big kill there. 2v2 on the map. Official for the rest of this round. Powerz, sniper on his back. Nasher in his hands, just trying to find the last few members of RushieZ to be able to take shots upon.
Ooh, quickly aims that one at the RushieZ, keeping it moving. He knows somebody's by himself on the map, doesn't know exactly where. INZEM shows himself. He's under siege. Powerz almost gets connected on, but INZEM knows he's full red, not backing down. But INZEM takes too much damage. He might have overstepped, and he does. He goes down. Powerz wins the 1v1, but RushieZ still has the torque bow in hand. At least one more bow left in the quiver, but the spacing is there. TJ not wanting to give it up. A quick lob of a bow, trying to get it around the corner. Great thinking from RushieZ, but unable to execute with the round. eUnited win 2 in a row, but you know as well as I do, their job isn't done just yet.
No way, no how. They're still basically at the base of the mountain because you've got to win 3 in a row. Perfect. You cannot drop around or you will be down 2 maps in this grand finals series. Overtime Hill will be up top of the fragmentation grenades. And now we will see everybody roll out of spawn toward the middle of the map. We're going to have the 1-2-1 like we're used to seeing. This will be Powerz lancering out toward the left-hand side. Avexys will be tagged up. Won't go down, though. Here comes an answering utility back from both teams. Powerz is full red. Powerz is down. That is the opening that RushieZ needs because nobody from eUnited gets it down in the opposite end. Nobody trades out the momentum. And now eUnited flies into the fight. They're going to go down. They're going to get taken out. And Jacob, NVPR. This looks to be a 2-map lead for RushieZ as they are in a 4v2, now 4v1. All is said and done. Demise is down. Demise is dead. RushieZ are 1 map from glory. DeTox, Avexys, INZEM are within an arm's reach of a grand championship. RushieZ looking to make it back to the top of the mountain.
They've deserved it. They've earned it. They've been fighting all season long. They've shutting down the haters map by map, step by step. 2 or 1 more map away, just like you said, Colin. I can't even believe it myself, but there's just so many people to thank on the side of this roster. So many improvements that were made on the side of RushieZ. And I said their biggest tool is going to be unconditional confidence, Colin. And I think they've shown they have that in the bag.
The bag has been reached into by RushieZ. You look at the way they are playing. Even just now, I was scanning over their stat lines. And I didn't see any one person necessarily have the greatest game. It is not 1 and 3. It is not 2 and 2. All 4 players from RushieZ are putting forth their best effort. This is the best I have ever seen them physically play this game to this point. No bones about it. No doubt about it. They are not better on Friday. They weren't better this morning. This is the best version of these 4 players I have witnessed in their careers, in their history. I don't care how long ago some of these guys have been playing. They ain't been better than right now.
You talk about history, Colin. You were the one who brought up the last time RushieZ was in this position to take a major. It was the Invitational, right?
Powerz was on that team.
I was about to say, I don't think people know that Powerz was on that team. He uplifted them beyond ever before from heights they've never reached. Now the story's going to go down. The next time they reach the grand finals in the same position, they're going up against Powerz, and they're just trying to prove it wasn't you, but it was me. And that's Avexys screaming at the top of the mountain, 1 map away from winning the first championship, not only for himself, but for RushieZ as an organization.
I know right now, everybody that is a fan of RushieZ, everybody from that RushieZ organization, they're not smiling yet. They're not on their high horse. They're not at the edge of their seats because they know the job is still not done. They still have 1 map to win. But now eUnited has to win 3 straight maps, Jacob. They are in the position now that they are behind the 8 ball, behind the barrel of a 44 Magnum, brother. Are they feeling lucky? Because they're going to need everything. They're going to need luck. They're going to need skill. They're going to need a few home court bounces to go their way. Because the way that RushieZ has been playing has been impeccable, has been phenomenal. And this is going to take more than a Herculean effort, more than a mythical beast of a performance. Everybody from eUnited is going to have to step up right here and right now. From this next map on, Training Grounds has to become a statement that they will not die without a fight, or will RushieZ go to the Training Grounds and say, no training needed, no lessons left, we are your champions.
I'm just looking right now at the bracket, Colin, and this will be a well-deserved victory coming out from RushieZ. Let's just delete pool play because nobody went home. RushieZ in winners quarterfinals. They defeat Rebel, a team that was bringing it back together. You know, not the best, but they were bringing it back together. They lose against eUnited in winners semis. They get dropped down. They beat Abuelos, who took out Defiance, multi-time champions on that roster. They go on to play the Pittsburgh Knights. They beat them 3-0. They go on to play the defending champions. They beat them 3-2. They go into the rematch against eUnited, down 1 map to 0. They win 4 straight maps from maps 2 on to put themselves in the driver's seat. They beat every single person they need to beat in way of this championship, but one. And it's the only team standing in front of them, and I can tell you they're looking like they're having shaky knees.
This has been a blessing to be a part of, to see these two teams give it their best effort. Once again, we see eUnited in a grand finals hanging on to the life and limb of Powerz. We talked about Return of the King all weekend. Our analyst desk praising him as the best player on the planet. Gears 5 is undoubtedly the most teamwork-heavy Gears, I think, in history. I don't remember a Gears that relies as much on teamwork as this one. More often than not, the better teamwork, the better team comes out on top. eUnited, to me, looks like 3 players praying that Powerz gets them across the finish line. RushieZ, they're sick of it. They're fed up with it. They look like 4 guys that would rather die today than not win this major. They are playing with a level of desperation I have yet to see out of them. Even though I saw DeTox big chilling on Friday, I had an interview with him. I get to interview Affinity earlier today. He said he wasn't leaving his setup, wasn't leaving his computer until the day was done. That is the kind of dedication you want. That is the kind of drive you need to get you across that finish line, because boy, howdy, you are so very close. If you are the fans, the organization, and the players of RushieZ, eUnited, they need to wake up and they need to make something happen right here, right now.
Training Grounds is going to be the map on Escalation, like we've been said, and this is where it all boils down. The weapon placements are going to be crucial. Got to agree, it's going to start out with some DeTox towards the side, but I do believe we're going to see a snipe or something heavy towards the mid ground somewhere, either you or underneath. And that is what one team is going to use to kind of excel and hopefully be the difference maker in this one, as I do believe the players in the 1v1 is going to be Demise versus RushieZ for that neutral. 3v3 towards the top, where eUnited instantly take that high ground.
Looking like they have the opportunity to fall back into this one. Top side of the overlook. It's going to be Powerz looking across. Demise will jump out toward the back lane. Try to bait out some shots. Here come the flashbangs into multiple players. Powerz is going to have to try to get that first shot on. He does land a big body shot there, but not enough to get it down. Big team fight breaking out of the backside of the INZEM for the big revive. And once again, RushieZ's teamwork is saving the day for them. Powerz trying to make a miracle happen, isn't going to be able to pull it off, and RushieZ take the 2-1 hill advantage and are going to press their advantage on over to the Stee Hill and go for the triple cap domination.
She's quickly rotating on over. Cherry on top, Lancer in the back, making it look that much easier as he's having INZEM finish off a lot of these eliminations. RushieZ knows somebody's on his left, flashes out, players getting stunned all over. This one's going to be prolonged, but DeTox towards the side. Great flank with the Lancer yet again. The damage is going to continue. It's not going to stop. Nobody's going to drop. Powerz going to get taken down. Dyslexic has his hands full. All he can really get here is a reset as he gets shut down yet again, but that's going to be the final nail in the coffin. RushieZ with all the momentum momentum in the world. 4 straight maps. They end up with a big round number 1 victory to once again shift the momentum to their side.
RushieZ looking to just shut it down right here. I mean, they are a team on a mission. This is one of those things. This is one of those things where eUnited has to start getting some answers round after round. I would just place the power weapon down now. Just put something down to try to change up your momentum, because they're going to put the DeTox. You're going to answer back with it, and this is where it honestly looks to me like what we saw out of the Pittsburgh Knights yesterday. This is just worrying to me for eUnited.
They can pick themselves back up, and it's honestly, they have very, very similar play styles, these two, eUnited and the Pioneers, so definitely has to take that as a precursor, a warning of what really going to happen here as RushieZ leaning aggressive in a 1v1 across the map. High ground looking like it's going to get stolen away by RushieZ, but a quick down, quick elimination, back A after back A. INZEM trying to be the hero, but gets 0 kills. 1 player left on the other side of the map, but RushieZ wins his 1v1, and this is where he's at least trying to distract. He's going to decap the home hill, but that's not the main focal point. From here, he's just going to try to stay alive and draw as much attention back to him as possible.
RushieZ inside of the home hill there, going for the cap up on it, gets it to go, and he's going to bounce back toward the front side. He took over eUnited's home hill momentarily. eUnited traded out home hills just for a moment. This will be INZEM over the top, looking for the next shot to try to get that other kill. INZEM has been in an MVP-like performance all game long, all grand finals long. There he finally goes down. Dyslexic will pick up the beach shield and look toward DeTox. DeTox might have the down on him just through Lancer Fire, but another kill from Powerz will help shut down another retake from the respawn of RushieZ.
Powerz just trying to back up here. Knows can't overstay. Getting pistol towards the back. Communication is absolutely important in this situation for revives to come out. Sounding of a Mr. Crab scenario, but it's just false hope because the decap is almost instantaneous as RushieZ backtracks. DeTox is trying to stay alive, forced to the underneath passage as Avexys with the stun, with the melee, with the 2-piece, the Gears 1 classic as he gets the elimination and the decap on the hill.
Powerz looking down toward that B hill at Avexys, trying to make sure he gets finished, make sure he goes down and out. He will get the kill. Now the 2-to-1 hill advantage in favor of RushieZ is under threat, under siege by eUnited, trying to go home to home right here. Kill comes through. Revives are out. RushieZ is trying to get a secondary down onto Powerz. They're going to Lancer him and snub him as much as they can. Powerz will try to rotate back. That is his 3rd down and out, ladies and gentlemen, and that will be a 3v3 on the map official. And it looks like INZEM will try to hop into the B hill area to try to take it back from eUnited. Demise takes the backside of that cover. Lancers out toward the front 2 players. RushieZ and I believe another one trying to roll in. That'll be a full red on one of them. Powerz is back alive now, trying to just keep their home hill in their favor. Unsure if they can get another set of slays here. Powerz will get that down, and that could open things back up across the map.
They don't win off of one, though. They still have to get a way to neutralize at least one of the hills while they still maintain the lead, so they have the time to make it work as a team. They don't have to bum rush like they're desperate as Demise goes down. Instantly revive back up. Decap's going to happen because RushieZ was forced off of that hill, but INZEM is waiting for the opportunity. Lancer over the top. Avexys spawns up. This is their moment to strike, but a rotation on the other side of the map. Somebody abandons the play on the side of eUnited, so the advantage heavily favors RushieZ, and they instantly shut it down.
RushieZ continuing to shut down everything that eUnited wants to do. They have the 2-to-1 hill advantage. 15 seconds to go before the victory. Powerz inside of the B hill. Body shots on with the DeTox. Gets that big chunk. The hill is neutralized. DeTox goes down as he tries to hop the drop. And now Avexys will try to move his way in here. No points going to eUnited, which is giving the side of RushieZ the advantage for now. Avexys gets hit, shot twice. That is Dyslexic with a huge win. They have to cap up very quickly to try to get this win. There they go. They don't get not going to switch over. They're still not going to switch over. RushieZ is up 2-0.
That lead differential was paper thin. eUnited had the lead. They needed to get the decap, but it just took too long for them to get the capture on back to start gaining those points. And honestly, I gotta give it up to RushieZ yet again, extending across the map, home to home, gets the decap, and not only that, but wastes so much time preventing the actual capture, which gives RushieZ the win.
Long shot officially placed down by eUnited. They have stopped playing games here. They want to try to go for a big power weapon as we look at both teams getting ready to roll out of spawn. They're going to make headway toward that long shot in the middle of the map. That's going to be some Lancer fire from Powerz, trying to stop anybody from going into that door, open and free and clear. DeTox, backside of the cubby. Full red, not going to go down just yet. Trying to stay alive. INZEM fighting a 1v1 on the opposite side of the map against Dyslexic. Big body shots. INZEM with another massive 1v1 win, ladies and gentlemen. He has put on quite the showcase for his squad, but DeTox hits the heady with a long shot and shuts him down. Opens up the triple cap domination, threatening for the side of RushieZ in this round.
It's going to get stopped and neutralized. TJ and Demise on the other side of the map, particularly the neutral. Going to take him out, trying to sandwich INZEM next, who's caught in no man's land by himself. DeTox trying to help make something out of nothing here. Sniper over the top, great body shot. INZEM with a full-on brick, getting tossed out. DeTox knows you can't overstay. Don't be the hero. Take what you can get and run.
Looking for the next shot on DeTox across the map. Headshot on a Demise. That'll shut down another retake attempt. Now we see DeTox looking around, just trying to get that next shot on, trying to get that next available attempt here. Powerz up to the top overlook, will get that first down, tries to go for the shimmy shake, won't be able to get that next one to go. eUnited does have a 2-to-1 hill advantage, but two players are down and dead. One player just freshly off of respawn is going to get cleaned up now, and that will give the 2-to-1 hill advantage back on over to RushieZ. RushieZ will be back in the lead, even greater in the next few moments.
And for DeTox to move around, he's going to be the player to watch here. Oh my God, I thought he was going to be able to get that one on the Powerz. Send him back to respawn because they're trying to break out. They're not going to go for their home hill first. They're spreading the defense thin, but you can see the adjustments being made. INZEM and Avexys already teeter on over that side of the map. Flash grenade is out. INZEM is trying to follow up on that damage over the top. The shots will drop, and so will the players as INZEM sets his sight on for more, even though the win condition is definitely in the bag, and it's going to take a miracle for eUnited to win this round.
Now looking for another play here. They're going to try to go for the back A. That's going to be Dyslexic trying to stay alive. Top heaven on RushieZ's side, but he's going to go down now. And RushieZ, once again, in a 2-to-1 hill advantage position. Demise is going to get body shotted there. Going for the Boltok. Headshot, and DeTox hits it. Holy gramoly. He is just on a different planet right now.
You're dead.
That's around. 3-0. One more round or map left. RushieZ are your spring major champions. I feel like Complex, there are so many fans of this RushieZ roster. MT Woo Smoke, they deserve it just as much as everybody else if they can pull this off on the side of RushieZ. It's like what the Cubs fans must feel when they won the World Series.
Yo, I cannot believe you just upset anybody that's in the city of Chicago. I'm just throwing that out there.
Let's go wallop those wallopers.
It happens.
Yo.
That's all I can really say about that. Just like
Lancer
this happens
fire.
here. 3-0. TJ going in for the sniper. He's going to grab it almost instant. Two flashes back to back. DeTox goes in. He rolls on back to the respawn.
Looking for the next shot on. Couple of kills coming through. RushieZ will have 3 down and dead in a moment as RushieZ is down. He's now picked off. Avexys inside the bottom. He's going to get shot on and taken out. DeTox only one alive. He'll have to challenge up the triple cap domination. He will make it for just a moment for the reset. Big shot on. Doesn't get burned by the incendiary at all. Now TJ moves up after the meat shield. Going to have that player in front of him. INZEM go down, and RushieZ might have had enough chance to go over to that B hill if he'd just had a little bit more time. That will be at least the first round on the board for eUnited.
You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. I don't think that was enough, nearly enough to stop the momentum, turn things on its side. Because you got to remember, DeTox getting taken out by a misroll in the beginning of the game. That's not something that you can bank on to happen twice at the start of an initial. So they got to go ahead and play this one fresh. Ensign's being upgraded on the side of eUnited. This is where RushieZ, they're going to start to build their alternate position at the bottom, starting with that Boltok.
Coming off of spawn now, eUnited needs a ton of rounds to go their way in a row if they'd like to get back into this one. RushieZ still sitting 2 rounds away from a major championship here. That'll be Powerz trying to Lancer out toward that long shot area. Nobody from RushieZ gets inside. Dyslexic will challenge out toward the E hill. INZEM will jump in. Here comes an Incendiary to try to jump him out of that hill. They're going to get that down. I'm unsure if they've got the angle to try to get that kill finished, though, and they aren't going to get that kill finished. Avexys rotates up, looks for that next player. He's going to try to go to the top side of the hill. Beautiful job there, supporting his teammate with a secondary shot to get that kill. Avexys now looks across the map. We'll try to get that first body shot. Won't be able to get it. 2-1 hill advantage might go on over to eUnited in just a moment as they are trying to get on the backside of that hill of Rises, and they're starting to get picked off one after the next. Powerz trying to support a teammate. Basically in the spawn of Rise. Is in the spawn of Rise.
Trying to get out right now. Two great DeTox shots bouncing around, but he knows there's multiple players here. The numbers advantage is not on his side. Waiting for the call, chasing a player down, but DeTox turns with the help of his friends to get the elimination. Avexys with the sniper overstays, quickly down, but RushieZ yet again trying to be the hero. Unable to get the save, but he gets the position regardless. One step closer to saving the hill and keeping the 2-1 intact.
INZEM up top of the overlook, looking down toward Demise. Beautiful Lancer fire with the help out. Now continuing to just hold the trigger. Just beautiful damage being pressured out by INZEM to help finish off one kill and to pressure out one player from eUnited away from the hill. They have to get this fight win. They have to start winning a team fight here sooner or later, and that will be a kill. That's going to be needing another one, though. Avexys full red. Now he's down, looking for the chance. Looking for another kill. eUnited, they're going to set up here in the defensive stand.
Sniper mode, both clocks are out. 2 hills to 1. eUnited need to be able to hold on, not just to take the round, but for now, step by step. And step number 1 is take the lead back. Rise knows timing is of the essence. The longer they take, the greater chance of them to lose. INZEM's first. Ensign out, trying to distract Powerz on the low side of the map. Powerz slowly but surely coming in. Dyslexic giving up the high ground. He knows there's no weapon up there. There's no reason to die, but he's just trying to be the backline for his team.
Powerz backside of the U again, looking forward, looking to try to get another chance at a kill. Gonna get that first down. He's gonna look for another one here. He's gonna look for the forward-facing right-hand advantage onto RushieZ. Gets the double shot on him. Goes for the up down to Avexys. Won't be able to get it. Dyslexic trying to make it across the map now. Trying to help out in a 2v1 against DeTox. DeTox backs up, pulls out the Nasher, goes for the shot onto him. My man Dyslexic for a second might have been seeing ghosts. He backed away from that shot from DeTox. 2-1 hill advantage back in favor of eUnited. They're going to have to guard against the retake of Rise in just a moment. RushieZ spotted out to the bottom side of that stairwell. Now 2 people coming up the back side of the stairwell. That's going to be Dyslexic, front line of the defense. Won't let anybody in the front side. Now they get the first kill. Wrap shot in by INZEM. He gets 2. INZEM goes huge, but it's not a time. Not enough. eUnited, they pick up another round.
2 in a row. That momentum was beginning to build. But just like a couple of those maps prior, Rise, they got themselves a lead, a cushion for things like this to happen. As long as they hold on to the composure, the same composure that got them through so many of our elite teams in Gears Esports, I think they're going to be able to formulate a plan here to come back, even if eUnited is able to tie it up. I know that Mastermind and Affinity is waiting for a call of a strat change.
Looking to try to get another round on the board. Try to tie it up 3-3. Try to keep the momentum on their side is eUnited. Front side of that sniper spawn yet again. Lancer damage out. TJ will push in now. Go for the copy on that back wall. Maybe the back A out, but nobody's going to challenge him. Looking here. Another Lancer fire out from Dyslexic. E-Hill under control of Rise in this moment. eUnited's going to need to be able to make a little bit of a magical moment happen for them. They switch the long shot on over to Powerz. They're looking to help get a first or secondary kill here with Powerz. They're going to have to probably make a pressure play. TJ might go for the wrap over here toward the D-Hill. Big body shot on a RushieZ. Stops him from the flank, and the D-Hill. That's going to go back over to eUnited very shortly, and they're going to be able to try to take the 2-1 hill advantage and possibly a home-to-home stretch here momentarily.
And see right now, I like the way they're leaving Powerz on this side, mainly by himself, because if anybody charges through, a sniper shot, a shotgun shot's instantaneously going to get it down, but a flash is going to back him up. almost kind of preemptively give away the strat as they don't follow up on it, but the marks on the other side of the map are going to be just as important because it's telegraphing the play. They know RushieZ is there, hiding on the other side. Hopefully they got the eye onto DeTox, in which they do, but that's not going to stop them getting some shots just like that coming out from Powerz, connecting onto Avexys. Hill is trading hands, but a flank is certainly on its way in the form of Dyslexic. He's trying to make his way up. DJ needs to be the distraction on the other side, and that is a perfect play by eUnited to get those kills.
One more player off a respawn here. It's going to be Avexys. He's going to try to make it into the home hill. Triple cap domination has about 7 to 10 seconds to go for the full decap, for the full recap. Shots on. RushieZ will try to be the first one into the hill. He's going to get Lancer down. Somebody comes in for the cleanup. Here comes Avexys. He goes down. DeTox gets the big body shot. INZEM last alive. The trade kill is in. Hill recaps 3-3. eUnited not done by a long shot. They're fighting back into this one.
Yeah, fighting back indeed, round after round, punch after punch. And this time around, look at the stats by Dyslexic, really leading the charge, defining that flank as well. And just getting that Lancer, blind firing it out, being that support, chunking him out, using everything in his power, showing that he is the actual jack of all trades.
Looking into this next round, Jacob, Retro's at the bottom, Incendiary's up top, Shock Grenade now put in there by the side of RushieZ. So they will have both utilities to play around with. On the opposite end, Incendiary Retro with a long shot ever lurking in the middle of the map, down inside of the cubby. Going into this first little engagement, Lancer fire onto DeTox, gets him pretty red. One player still in the area. I believe Powerz dropped the flash there to try to go for the stun. Powerz is going to get stunned out himself. RushieZ, they're not going to go for the overextension just yet. Powerz is going to try to make it into a safe spot, try to get it into a bit of a position where he might be able to get a headshot. Misroll, can't do that in front of that man. He hits those. Now INZEM being challenged up. It's going to be 4 shots on, back A out, and that'll be another kill.
Important kill indeed as well. Sniper's going to connect. That's going to keep Dyslexic alive with an instant just like that. Slowly but surely taking away the position. They know INZEM towards the top side. They must wait until the shock dissipates before they make their move, and they have to act quick. They don't want to give RushieZ enough time to get the help that INZEM needs, and that's exactly why they made short work of him and start to set up here. Powerz trying to separate, get a little bit of high ground so that way he can get the information on every player of RushieZ and where they're going to go, and that's also going to come from Demise, who got that overlook high ground. That's where RushieZ shouldn't have a move on the map that goes unnoticed.
Looking for a retake. RushieZ will set up off of respawn here, ladies and gentlemen. And they are going to have to be able to get a good retake underway, probably through the home-to-home stretch with RushieZ trying to apply the pressure like he's normally used to. They get the kill on him. Actually, RushieZ going to back off. RushieZ knows that he's getting pressured by 2, now pressured by 3. eUnited looks like they're going to trade out the hills. They're going to go home-to-home in this stretch, Jacob.
They're gonna get it slowly but surely coming back. That's gonna be the spot out. Last sniper left in the chamber. It's gonna connect. All he needs is 1. That makes the job easier. DeTox full red. Dyslexic with a little bit of help onto TJ as well. They get that elimination, and you can see they're instantly charging forward, getting out of dodge. Another 2v1 on this side of the map. It's gonna be up to INZEM to hold on, buy as much time as possible. But no, they should have bypassed him. They're gonna just try to get in the hill for a moment and go for the triple cap domination until they realize the home is free on the other side. It's not a triple cap, so the elimination is a must.
Revive comes out. Dyslexic finishes off INZEM right there, and now maybe trying to pressure out toward their own home again. I believe one player made it back up to the overlook. Where is DeTox? Is he up to? No, he went to the cubby. He went to go grab the new long shot. Goes for the shot there. Won't be able to connect with that one. 2-1 hill advantage in favor of RushieZ. A decap needs to come through somewhere on the map. RushieZ is full red. Powerz is the first and only line of defense here at the E hill. Challenged up by 2 players. Down onto RushieZ. Up A in through. Gets the kill. Now the flash out. DeTox challenging. He's going to try to get this big win against Powerz. Another shot comes through, and the cavalry is here. eUnited, they're on their way to 4 rounds in a row. My goodness gracious, Jacob, they've taken the lead. They need 1 more round just to stay alive in this grand finals.
And they definitely picked it right back on up. They've been able to kind of win a lot of these initials calm. They're getting aggressive in the similar fashion that got them here to the grand finals in the first place. on the side of RushieZ, I do feel like they're faltering left and right. Their teamwork has been lackadaisy in and out. Since I do believe they won that third round of the matchup, they need to figure out a way to tighten things up, go back to basics, and go to the scrim strats that got you here.
They're going to try to look for those strats, the ones that they want, the ones that they need. Fragmentation grenades now placed out by RushieZ at that mid-U. We just got word from the voice of God himself. We are going to be back in play after the stalemate, so everybody is going to be rolling off a spawn, and we're going to come here to round number 8. RushieZ looking to tie it up. eUnited looking to take this map and move forward. This is going to be very interesting to see, Jacob. Will eUnited be able to handle the pressure of winning another map, another round, another sequence of events? eUnited looks like they're going to go for the long shot, whereas RushieZ is maybe going for that fragmentation grenade at the E-Hill, and they get it in the hands of INZEM. First frag out toward him, and it gets dyslexic.
That's a big frag because now they're separated more than ever before, and they're bouncing around. Avexys goes down. TJ trying to buy time, but crosses from all over the map, including RushieZ towards their home hill is going to get that down, but they got the prize. They got the sniper away from that position. So now they're going to have to waste some time, let their players spawn back up and figure out where this push is going to come be. And you already see 2 players running down that alleyway. Demise dyslexic. They're trying to threaten their home hill, but they're met with 2 players on defense on the side of RushieZ.
Avexys with that incendiary. He's going to throw it out to that corner. Gets the kill on Demise, and well, and my goodness gracious, when a plan comes together, it is beautiful. Dyslexic now trying to bounce around as much as he can to stay alive. First little rotation shut down by RushieZ. Powerz up top of the snub. Will just have to once again wait for his teammates to come off of respawn and go for another chance, another retake here. They're going to be waiting. He has like 2 more shots, Jacob.
I like the idea of him going long, trying to get somebody on rotation, but I think the damage onto somebody like DeTox or INZEM is that much more important because it's going to allow them to get through. But do they know he has another frag waiting for them to funnel through the narrow passage? The frag is out, but a little too deep. The Lancer Fire is in. The trades are coming through, but it's the eliminations on the side of eUnited that's going to allow them to stand tall. That's Avexys and INZEM trying to stay out alive because they know the play is dead. They're trying to rotate around the map, but they have no footing. RushieZ didn't overextend, so now they're in that same position that eUnited was in moments ago, but unfortunately enough, they can win off 1.
There's going to need to be a decap on the side of eUnited. They're going to have to get the F-Hill under their control for just a moment. I don't know if they have to get their control. At least get it decap for just a moment. 1 second on the fragmentation. Long shot is spawned up, so nobody has gone underneath of it just yet. See what they can do
sniper
here.
I always said where.
I'm waiting on the incendiaries.
Push is coming in, Colin. Threatening the hill. Alleyway first. Shock is out. Even a flash getting tagged on the wall. Something you don't see every day. Less than 10 seconds remain. They have to start to neutralize this hill, but if Avexys breaks out, making their job harder. E is under siege as well. They have to be in 2 places at once, but a shutdown like that from DeTox is absolutely crucial. They step in the hill. The decap is out, but the elimination after elimination. DeTox and RushieZ put 10 toes down to defend the hill, win the round, and bring us to a round number 9.
Round 9. Tournament life on the line for eUnited. If RushieZ can win this, they solidify their major championship. If eUnited wins it, they just move on 1 more map.
Trying to see what are they going to do. Do they both have the locks? I think they both have the locks.
Yeah, they both have
right?
locks. They both have locks.
No more Ensigns? I think there's no more Ensigns in play.
I would say no more incense. It's what killed you twice in that round if you're eUnited. I mean, I don't know why you leave it out there for him. You know what I'm saying, baby?
Trying to think, what can we see? What can we see here in the matchup? Sniper. I
think
feel like if you go for sniper,
the long shot now.
Yeah, I was about to say go for sniper, but whoever gets the sniper, I want to see them cut in if their opponent gets frags. Cut in, go home to home.
Powerz not going to go for the long shot this time. Powerz is going to challenge up toward these fragmentation. That's going to be DeTox throwing his flash and trying to get up to the top side of the overlook. Now you see him getting full red. Dyslexic once again, overzealous, gets taken down. He is just, I understand he wants it, but he is just so overwhelmingly overzealous at times that he finds himself putting the side of eUnited in a bad spot. Powerz over the wrap, will try to get one down. Now the top shot won't get any damage on a DeTox. He's going to get a big body shot on INZEM, but will not get a kill. TJ, thankfully for eUnited, has made it over to the D hill, and now RushieZ. I mean, they're going to be on the hunt and the prowl to back over to their home. He's going to pick up that hill. He's going to get marked out, and this is going to be tough sledding for them to try to win this one.
But for now, it's about taking that few seconds of lead on back. INZEM waiting for that opportunity. Spots a couple players deep into the spawn. Connects with one onto Dyslexic. Calls it out. This DeTox is going to go. The down is in. He knows there's somebody hot on our hills. There's 3 players. An opportunity for DeTox to go off. He gets 1. He gets 2. He would have got 3, but RushieZ wanted a piece of the pie. The hill will definitely switch on over when it comes to the home. But INZEM and RushieZ will continue to tread forward, try to get the neutral hill as well. The 2-1, because they have about 30 seconds to overcome.
Powerz was trying to live yet again for his squad there at the top side of the overlook. He hides in that cubby corner. He pokes out to try to get that first initial damaging shot, but it wasn't going to be good enough. INZEM helps get it down here with the snub, and they are just suffocating eUnited right now with their defense. Goes to that secondary shot onto that player, getting the revive onto TJ or Demise to try to get a headshot and shut this down yet again. INZEM just holding court at the top side of the overlook. You can see him waiting in the wings here. He will be able to just play back, allow for players to push up toward him. RushieZ, though, pulls up into the fight with an Asher out. Unsure where that next player for the eUnited boys are going to come from. They're going to go home to home here. And Demise is going to go down, Jacob, and that could shut down this retake attempt.
Yeah, especially on that side of the map, but they found a way to break through. They realized Avexys was by himself, but Sniper in the hands of DeTox yet again. 3 members trying to take back what's theirs. That's the home hill. eUnited are going to take the lead, 2 hills to 1, so timing is absolutely crucial. INZEM falls. 2 more players step up to the plate, though. Powerz being backed down. He's going to try to stay alive. Him and Dyslexic separate. They end up on 2 different pages. Dyslexic is going to drop. Powerz now has his hand full. 1v2 situation. Damage is out, but it's just too much to overcome. DeTox with the sniper. Headshot is going to be nailed. The decap onto the hill. DeTox trying to go back for back. Demise just does enough to keep eUnited in the lead as both teams are about 1 hill each, but RushieZ, he gets past enemy lines. The win is definitely theirs for the taking. Demise gets shut down. RushieZ are going to try to run away with this with the second capture. RushieZ makes a mistake. He gets dropped, but there's 2 hills in favor of RushieZ. What looks like not enough time left on the clock, but eUnited, he gets shut down. That's Avexys holding it. DeTox trying to go to the high ground, block off TJ's path. He gets shut down, and with that, that's going to be the final nail in the coffin. RushieZ has defeated history. They take home the first championship for the organization, and Avexys is living on an all-time high.
Unbelievable matchup coming from the loser side of thing, being down 1 map in this grand finals, then losing a second one, being down 2-0, and then ripping off map after map, putting eUnited to the ground. RushieZ are your champions of the spring major for Gears Esports. What an incredible story for those guys, that organization, for each and every one of those men that have gone to war for their brand, for their name. Unbelievable.
The first time, Colin, in over a year, we have a new champion. History has been made. I can't say it enough, and it's going to be so hard for anybody to call out one player as an MVP because every single one, including the coach, did more than enough to crown themselves and give themselves that title. Well deserved, because they beat every single top team in the championship bracket to take home this championship.
They had to go through the gauntlet time and time again. They started their run against the Knights early this morning. They had to take them out. We all saw, once the Knights went out, everybody put their faith in Dyslexic. eUnited, they go up against the Pioneers, get the victory there to be waiting with a 1-map lead in this grand finals. Pioneers drop down. RushieZ, they say, hey, look, we didn't care if you were 1st, 5th, or 12th in Pro League. It didn't matter where you come from or who you are. We are going to run over you to get this championship. They did just that. They literally They finished at 1. They beat 2, 3, and I believe 4 to get this chip. They couldn't have done it any better. They beat the top teams. They beat the favorites. They beat the dark horses. They went top to bottom, through and through, and not a single misstep out of them, save for the loss early in the tournament to find them coming out of losers. Just an incredible storyline, an incredible day for Gears Esports, for the organization of RushieZ, and for those 4 players. My most heartfelt congratulations will go out to Avexys, INZEM, DeTox, and of course RushieZ, feeling the sweet, sweet taste of a championship once again. And I will say this, Jacob, before we bring our analysts in here, it was a pleasure to be casting all the action with you. We had losers and grands. It's a long haul, best of 9 to finish the day. I'm losing my voice, but I never lost my energy. I know you didn't either, and I know you're just as excited for these guys from RushieZ as I am, for them to bring home their first championship to that organization. What an incredible storyline.
Yeah, I pulled out the jersey yesterday. The Ghost Gaming caliber performance coming out of RushieZ, back to that foundation, what really got him there. And I knew this kid was something special when I went against him back as a competitor. Gears of War Ultimate Edition, how aggressive he would be time and time again. Nothing would stop that man, and that kind of bled on over towards Avexys, to DeTox, to INZEM. They might have had a mid-split playoff championship for INZEM, but he wanted the big gold. He wanted that big picture, and I'm so proud of the entire organization for making history happen. They go ahead and prove that as long as you guys practice, as long as you put your all into it, anything is possible.
I'm sure the people have had enough of listening to us for quite some time. They're probably ready for a break. Let's bring in the 3 best analysts on the planet. The one and only Taylor Reflections Noble leading the charge with Jordan Ribs Ribeiro, and the one and the only, the most handsome devil there's ever been, Ryan Fool Summers.
First and foremost, Colin Jacob, hell of a job calling the grand finals. Boys, RushieZ finally does it. I can't believe it. And the way they do it, a 5-2 victory. They held on tight. And I got to ask a question. If anybody on the desk, even the casters, if you know, how long has it been, or has this ever happened where a team comes from the loser bracket and then wins grand finals? When's the last time that's happened?
I think it's happened. I believe I saw twice. Twice in Gears 5, I think it is. I think I saw Affinity talking about that earlier as part of sort of the confidence they had coming into this, was that, hey, this has happened twice already. We can do this. So I think it is 2.
I know one of them was Quarantine versus UIU. That was at least one of them.
Okay, going back. Right, Quarantine. Wow. But I mean, RushieZ's first time in a Majors Grand Finals, Avexys, DeTox, INZEM, first time in Grand Finals in general, and they do it. They win it. I mean, talk about a story. It really is amazing. By the way, Ribs, Fran, I know, is over there in the studio. I mean, is he doing backflips? Is he ecstatic as could be?
He's happy. I mean, he predicted United to win, but he was rooting for RushieZ back in the observer room. But no, we're all happy. Former RushieZ players. I was a former RushieZ coach. It's awesome to see these guys win. And even though RushieZ has won in the past, this is his first win in the online era. It's been a long time since RushieZ has felt that victory. That's a former teammate of mine. I love all those guys. Like we talked about, the organization itself just supported Gears for so long. And of course, Latin America's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Dyslexic didn't get that win for Latin America, but there's one event left, so we'll see if they could do it then. Huge congratulations to RushieZ. It's just such a storied ending to this event.
So proud of them. And Colin, Jacob, I'm proud of you guys as well for crushing it as you did. An incredible weekend, I'm sure it was, at least for you and your perspective. Colin, Jacob, any final words before you get out of here?
Jacob, you want to take it?
I mean, I'm just happy to be here, man. I let this passion just kind of flow through time and time again, man. I'm just surprised that I'm surprised each and every time we come into these majors and we have matches like that each and every time. And to me, the biggest one was those escalations, particularly that Vasgar. I was so impressed that almost each and every one of those rounds going down to the wire. So even though eUnited might have lost this bout, you know they're going to come back hungrier than ever. And I better see them come out with a fire, a chip on their shoulder like another.
I know at the end of the day, I'm still a fan at heart, because I'm actually a little emotional deep down inside, because I'm really happy for DeTox and Avexys. Like I'm actually fighting back, that love that I have for those guys, because every time I've had the chance to be able to talk to them in person, interview them in person at any of our major events, they have shown me the utmost respect, even though I am the corniest white guy on the planet and the newest member to our broadcast team when they first met me. So I just love them. I'm very proud of them. I'm very thankful that I had the chance to cast over their first major championship win, INZEM as well. So just kudos to you guys. RushieZ, keep getting those retro charges, brother. INZEM, keep being probably the most mechanically input perfect player in the game, because you make everybody else look silly when they make their mistakes, and you let them make them, and you just make them look foolish for making them. DeTox and Avexys, don't change. Keep that passion. Keep being the same people that you are. I love both of you. You know that deep down in your hearts, and I'm just happy for you guys to see you guys bring home a chip. I really am.
I love the both of you, and very well said, Colin, because I feel it too. You know, honestly, I'm surprised you're not shedding a tear, Colin. You know, I know you're an emotional guy. Maybe you're going to cry off
I love
camera.
those. I love seeing players get to realize that dream, Taylor. It's just who I am. It's who I am, because I know what it means for this game. I know that this game is built off of passion. That's the core. That is the thing that will stay with this game, whether it is 1 year old or a million years old. If you find a video of this game, the number one thing you take away is passion. And I think all four players and their coach Affinity, that's what they have. That's what they have in spades, is passion for this game, and I love it for them.
Yeah, they won this championship, and passion was a huge driving force for that, right? And obviously knowing that time is being cut short, only 2 majors, and it's so impressive that RushieZ, they do it. I mean, losing to eUnited, going to losers bracket, and then making their way through losers, and then ultimately beating eUnited. We knew coming into it, it was going to be a huge battle. I was worried for RushieZ after Ritual, without question. But then all of a sudden, RushieZ, they stepped it up. They saw their opportunity was there for the taking, and they took it. Colin, Jacob, I love the both of you. Well said, Colin. Jacob, you got a lot of passion too. I've seen it, baby. You've been here since the beginning, and I know this victory means a lot to you personally for RushieZ taking it. But boys, what an incredible weekend it was, and we're going to get to do it again, I'm sure, at least one more time, right?
Yep. You never know, baby. Cool. I might just fly out there to St. Louis and bother you.
I hope you do. Hey, bring it on. Bring it on. Hey, Colin, Jacob, play some golf. Killed it this weekend. Hey, play some golf. I'm down too. Ribs, Ryan, I know you guys are golfers. You'll definitely be happy to pick up some tips from Colin and Crow Clark. But again, Colin, Jacob, well said and well done for this entire weekend, boys. Have a great night. But Ribs, Ryan, we still have some unfinished business to do. I'm talking about Astro Gaming MVP. We still need to give that away. We have, you know, of course, the play of the day provided by eSwap X Pro Controller. But we also have to recap the entire grand finals. And Ryan, from your perspective, a lot of maps took place. Which map was the most impactful for you?
Man, that series, I think that, you know, we talked about them needing to get a hot start. I think that, you know, whether it's the first map, second map, third map, whatever it may be, I think the fact that they got out to a hot start was what was the most impactful part to me, right? You enter the series from the losers bracket. You enter the series already down 0-1. So that early stage of the game becomes so important. So I think that just, I don't really pin it to one map in particular, but the way that they kicked that series off, especially because we talked about how it was front-loaded with maps that they had already lost to eUnited, that to me was the most impressive part. They did what they said they would do. Affinity called his shot and said, we get the chance to adapt, we get the chance to adjust. That's exactly what they did. So this was just an incredible performance from this team all weekend long. I could not be more happy for these guys.
Oh, massive. And Ribs, obviously, you had a front row seat being the observer. You had a chance to catch every single moment that took place. What were some of the big plays that said RushieZ are going to win this championship? There's no doubt about it.
Well, throughout the whole tournament and up until Sunday, I mean, they went through the gauntlet, right? They played Pittsburgh Knights, they played KCP, one of their main demons on a Sunday, and then they come against a team who already beat them. So throughout the whole weekend, every time I switched to their screens, I mean, RushieZ was making plays. I was talking about INZEM as a potential MVP. Avexys and DeTox, they were all playing above themselves, playing better than I've ever seen them play. And if I could pick a map, honestly, they lost Ritual, but that was the one map I was kind of giving them away. When they won that first checkout, that first execution, I could kind of feel it. Then they went on to win that Vasgar, and Jacob brought up that Vasgar because they were playing as a full unit. There was never a moment really that I said, oh, that was a greedy play, or oh, why would you do that? Everything seemed methodical, and that's what I love so much about this version of RushieZ. They've always had the skills, they've always had the mechanics. Anytime you see a sniper in the hands of DeTox or Avexys, you know they can go off with it, but they were moving as a synchronized unit. I give all the respect in the world to their ability to do that. And of course, Affinity, I mean, I know he's happy. This is, I believe, his first time as a coach helping a team win a championship. And I know from firsthand how much effort he puts in and how much love and heart he gives these guys on a day in and day out basis. And yeah, just my utmost congratulations to these guys. This is really just such a great winning. And we talked about, Ryan, we talked about the fact that they had that sense of urgency, right? Knowing that there was only 2 events left. And we said we saw it in their gameplay throughout this split and through Friday. But for them to actually get the championship just means that much more.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's given them, trouble the whole way through, right? That this team can only do it on Friday, they can only do it on Saturdays, they always fall short Sundays. That has started to become their sort of identity heading into these tournaments, and they shook that off. They beat that, they got over the hump, and they got it done. So again, an incredible performance, an incredible feat. I mean, I believe this is now like, I think 3 or 4 years in the making for this RushieZ organization, and they've just been such incredible supporters of our game, of our franchise, of our program. I've had the pleasure of working with guys like Reem on the sort of, now that we do the program side, now I've had the chance to work with Reem and speak with him, and just the amount of support that organization has for our title is incredible, right? They've been one of the longest standing orgs we have. They've stuck by Avexys the whole way through. They believed in him. They've had Affinity on their staff for a very long time. They believed in him as a coach. I mean, this team truly does believe in each other. They truly are a family, and those are the best teams to watch win, because they're going to cherish those moments. They're going to cherish that championship more than so many others. So again, could not be more happy to see this RushieZ team get over the hump, to see that organization get to celebrate a championship, because this one was so well earned, right? Those top 4 teams heading into this were so evenly matched. You knew that you would have to beat these Titan teams who are playing at a high level in order to win, and they did just that, man. They got it done.
For me personally, it brings it back full circle. I remember casting with you, Ryan, for the first ever Emergence days, and I remember RushieZ being in chat, whether that was good or bad at the time. They were very passionate, but I just remember Avexys, and I remember the RushieZ logo. I remember RushieZ in general. At the time, they were the RushieZ Nation, but just them being so active, not only in our tournaments, but active in chat, active as fans, active as players, and just org owners. And it's nice to see it now come back full circle with RushieZ being the champions. Look, guys, they have worked so hard to get to this point. And not to mention, they have also taken a ton of flack. Look, when RushieZ plays, there's a lot of fans out there. But even though some people are secretly fans for RushieZ, it doesn't mean that they're going to be vocal when RushieZ wins. But make no mistake about it. When RushieZ loses or RushieZ, quote unquote, chokes, you better believe the haters are going to let them know that they're the worst players in the world, and they should drop this person, drop that person. So RushieZ had to face a lot of adversity to win this event and really put all those haters on the back burner, not listen to them or listen to them, right? KCP loved to do that, and they, thrived off of the hate. But either way, for RushieZ, this wasn't an easy task, especially after they lost to eUnited and they dropped on the losers bracket. The haters were in full form. I mean, they thought RushieZ once again were gonna choke, and not even to throw hate at Ashes, because I think he's incredible. But he even said they perform on Friday, but not on Saturday and Sunday. And honestly, that's been true throughout their career, but not this time. Not this time. Not when it mattered most. They made it happen. But Ribs, you brought up a great point about Affinity. First time him as a coach winning a championship. And Ryan, I'm going to pass a question over to you. You've been a coach. You've won a championship as a coach, guiding the roster. What do you think Affinity is feeling like right now?
I know he's just feeling so good for his teammates. Affinity is one of the most selfless people we have in this esport. He's never one to want to take credit. You hear him even talk about how his teammates gas him up. He's always very flattered, right? All he cares about is helping that team win, and this is so long overdue for him. He is absolutely far and away one of the best minds we've ever had in Gears esports. He's one of the smartest people I know in real life, but just in terms of how smart he is at Gears across so many titles, this is so long overdue. So I am so happy that he is able to get his first championship now. Again, he should have 15 by now, but I'm so happy that he gets to get one now, because again, there's just no one more deserving than him.
And Ribs, you won your first event, you won your last event. You are a champion, so you know very much what it's like for Avexys, for DeTox, for INZEM to finally secure a chip for themselves.
Yeah, and I know how much these guys want it. I've worked alongside all of these guys, and they had the passion, they had the effort, and they got the championship. And back to your point about having haters. If you don't have haters, you're not doing it right. If you don't have enemies, you're not doing it right. And it's just that much more fruitful when you're able to prove them wrong. So congratulations once again, and I know it's a good feeling. I've been there before. It's a great feeling, and I just hope these guys are happy to enjoy this moment with each other.
Remember at the beginning of my casting career, Benson told me, look, if you don't have haters, then, or excuse me, he told me if you do start having haters, that's when you know you truly made it, right? And I guess that echoes the sentiment of what you just said, Ribs, and I love that. I really do. It feels so amazing to have RushieZ on top. But also for eUnited, let's sober it up a bit, right? Second place once again, Ryan, in back-to-back majors. That can't be a good feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you directed that at me for a reason, but yeah, I can tell you it is not a good feeling. And so, you know, like I said, there's not a ton you can do. There's not a ton you can say to them right now. It's going to make them feel better. Everyone's going to say, hey, keep your head up. You did great. Keep your head up, this and that. The reality is they're going to be feeling pretty crappy right now. It's just part of life. But this is an incredibly talented team. This is a team that is a championship contender. This is a team that has the potential to win an event. Obviously, you know, the whole Latin American region, I know, is pulling for Dyslexic to be a Latin American champion.
I was too.
There is one more event left. This team can still do that. So, obviously, like I said, not what they want to hear right now. I do hope this team sticks it out. I do hope they get back in the lab. I do hope they continue to improve because the skill in this roster is through the roof, right? I think that they're going to look back at these maps and probably see things they could have done differently, see things that they might have changed. Look at the gunfight here, a rotation there. I mean, that's just normal for professional Gears teams. But this is an incredibly talented team. They've been in back-to-back grand finals for a reason, right? They are an incredible, incredible roster. So to me, I just hope they get back to the drawing board and see if we can find them in the grand finals again.
And Ryan, I promise I didn't pass that to you on purpose. I guess Fallout was channeling.
If you throw it to Jordan, it would have been the same thing. Yeah, me and Jordan did that together, so it, you know, would have been.
It was Fallout's fault, okay? Just subliminal message that entered my brain and then passed it directly to you. Hey, Fallout, he was a savage all weekend, but honestly, I was here for it. I personally loved it. Ribs, eUnited, though, again, just to bring it back, you know, Ryan obviously made some great points. You had a chance to take a front row seat to really watch eUnited through almost every single play. What can they do to improve for the next major? Because mentality has to start playing a big role into why they're losing. At least I think so. I mean, you got to be thinking maybe at some point they got flashbacks of losing to KCP in the last major.
Yeah, no, it's tough. I mean, there's nothing you could really tell them right now to console them. I've been in their position before. Second place feels like dead last. All the congratulations, all of their previous feats throughout the weekend mean nothing.
Right.
They can't host that trophy. But at the same time, I hate roster changes. I hate the thought of the grass is greener on the other side. I hope all of our top 4 teams that made it to Championship Sunday today make it to the next event with that same roster. And all of those teams are championship caliber. eUnited put on such a great show throughout this weekend. And honestly, everybody had them as the favorites going into that grand final. So they definitely have what it takes. Just one more step to get to that championship. And I know players like Powerz know they could get there, and other 3 players just have to try a little bit harder to do it. Because Powerz was doing his thing. I'm going to say Powerz was doing his thing. The other 3 players need to kind of get on his level, and they could get that championship.
Well, clearly, RushieZ got on their level. Look, I sobered it up. Now it's time to hype it back up. Let's get into our interview with not only the coach of Affinity, but also Avexys, who, man, through and through has been the staple child for this entire RushieZ roster. Boys, what's up? Boys. Affinity, Avexys, you got to be feeling on top of the world right now.
Man.
Steve.
That's crazy.
That's long awaited.
Shed a tear.
This has been long overdue, man. Jay, I want to kind of start with you, man. You've been at this for a long, long time, man. You've been with this organization for a long time. I know you've known that you're built for this for a very long time. It just hasn't always happened. What does it kind of feel like to finally break through and finally prove to everyone, prove to the Twitch chat, prove to everyone that you are built for this?
It feels amazing, man. Like, we expected this, to be honest. I even said it before the event. Give us the hardest bracket, you know what I mean? Give us the hardest matchups, and we're going to show you guys who's the best. Simple.
Did exactly that. Simple as, right? I mean, you've honestly been exuding confidence through this entire event. Even the interview we did last week, if you remember, you were fully confident this was going to be your major, and I love that about you. And Affinity, you had a chance to do an interview a little bit earlier. It was right after you defeated Pittsburgh Knights, and you also had confidence. It seems as if you didn't skip a beat. You had full confidence that even though you guys were in the losers bracket, you were still going to be champions.
Yeah, I knew after we got past PK, who has often been like our late tournament demons, that today was going to be a good day. The way the top 4 teams are, if you're playing good enough to beat one of them, you're playing good enough to beat all of them. Like, the competition's really close. And against KCP specifically, this is the 4th time we've beaten them in a major tournament, even though if it hasn't happened in like a grand finals. We have a really good matchup against them. And going into United, I said it against PK, how we figured it out for Tomb and Harbor. We did the same thing for Checkout and Vasgar. We shut them down, eliminated that lead they had, and from there we just 5-0'd them. It was smooth sailing.
Ribs, I know you got some questions to ask.
Oh, of course. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. You know, I love you guys. Congratulations, Jay, of course. But I'm gonna ask.
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask Chris a question real quick. You guys have never played this good before. I mean, this is the best I've ever seen y'all play. And I want you to use this chance real quick, Chris, to hype out each of the boys. I mean, you guys just won. Yeah. What did each player do to like really improve their game going into this event? Because I saw just some of the smartest, best gameplay mechanically all around. But I know you guys were working on specific things.
Yeah. So the story really starts back when we picked INZEM up at the beginning of last split. He had taken 4 months off, getting back into the swing of things. So, you know, we had a lot of ground to make up in that just in itself. Icy, love him, hard player to replace, you know. So we had to figure a lot of things out. And you saw in that last major, like we were close. We went 3-2 with both eUnited and PK lost. Right. Got top 6. And then since then, like at that point, we had kind of like found our footing as a team. We knew our identity, and we just had to work on all the small kinks. We got really good at every map, man. Like our strats on all the maps are very solid. We're really good at watching VOD and countering teams also. That's why you'll see when a team beats us on the map, we're beating them next time. It's happening. I tweeted it earlier. When you're winning, you don't want to break the wheel, but when you're losing, you can just counter them next time, and that's what we keep doing. And you know, we were kind of just on the better side of how that kind of plays out because we lost to eUnited yesterday, and we countered them today when it mattered. As far as all the individuals, Lenny, out of his fucking mind, best player. That kid is crazy. At the end of training grounds, he completely took over both in terms of gameplay and communication. He was leading everything, keeping everybody calm. Love him to death. Lenny is unbelievably good. Jay, he's just done nothing but get better and better since I've been working with him for over 2 years now. Jay is unbelievable as a leader. His composure is bar none, and everyone always wants to talk about how we choke on Sundays. We just haven't been ready to win yet. We just haven't been ready to win. Like, we lose to good teams because they're good and they're a little better than us. This time, not the case. We were so prepared. Lenny's the right fit. We're firing on all cylinders. And had the best event he's had in a while. He was consistent the whole weekend through, except for a couple smudges yesterday. But like Ant was tweaking all day today.
Oh yeah,
God mode. And Rush, this is the best I've seen him play in a long time too. Like Rush was killing it. He wanted it today. He hasn't left his setup. He's sweating. He didn't eat, so his stomach isn't bothering him. Like Rush wanted this. He wanted it so bad.
Poor champion. I almost feel bad for him. Almost.
now I got to buy him speaker tags with Jordan's face on it. That was our deal heading into this. So it's actually awesome.
Wait, what? I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah. You'll see them. No, that's awesome. Jay, I want to ask you another question, man. One thing that really stuck out for me for you guys winning was more about you in particular, because you've been with this organization for a very, very long time now. You've been the face of this team for a very, very long. I think it's like 4 years now or something. So I really want to ask. I mean, obviously winning is great, but what did it mean to win in that jersey? What did it mean to win behind this organization, behind this brand, for Reem, for Roger, for everyone?
So this means everything. Like from the first day I joined Rise, I like promised them that I'd bring them a chip, man, and I'm just like glad that it happened. You know what I mean? I'm so happy that Reem kept believing in me, like for as long as he did, through all the roster changes, through everything. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know, man. I'm speechless a little bit. I'm just glad we pulled it off. They're proud of my team. They were playing crazy today, crazy. Mm-hmm. Everything was just I don't know. We got into a flow state as a team, and it's dangerous when that happens.
Yeah,
you're a man of your word, Jay. You made a promise and you held it up. So that's the most important thing. And one last thing before I stop asking questions, but there was a sense of urgency, right? Like we said it on the desk, but you found out there's only 2 events left, and you've been competing a long time. All of you guys have, even Lenny. Was there an extra sense of urgency saying, I gotta get this championship, I gotta be a man of my word and be full to my promise and get this championship for Rise?
I think that also sparked how good we were playing, knowing that there's a sense of urgency. Like, no, it's our last 2 chances. You know, we got to pull up, or it's never. It's one of those. So you don't know to win, you know. So,
yeah.
I mean, we've always been working hard, but yeah, this time we've been working 110%. Like
it shows. It shows.
Really chasing it.
Now you got to defend it too. That's
we got one more to go.
All right.
I love it. I really do. And Avexys, I was saying earlier, man, how it kind of comes full circle. I remember casting over you for like one of my first ever casts back in Gears 4 Immersion stage, right? And now here you are winning a championship. So for me personally, it means a lot to see you finally holding that trophy, and affinity for you as well, right? Because you've just been here, and it's huge, and it's Bigger because the narrative I built heading into grand finals was this is the first time RushieZ as an organization is in grand finals for a major. This is the first time for 3 of your players, yourself included, Avexys, right? First time in a major, and you guys handled it well. You guys did it, and that to me is just so amazing and so poetic to get your first championship in that way. So Affinity, Avexys, I'm through the roof. For me personally, this is a big victory even for me.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Believe in us, man.
Amazing.
Pull it up.
Absolutely. And I'm in another Discord, by the way, and all grand finals, they were sweating bullets watching you guys play, okay? But trust me, there's some big supporters out there. BFL, right, who's always shouting your name, Bleach for Brains, who's always sending that support. Woo, he's out there too. So the RushieZ fans that have been there since the beginning, man, beautiful. Ryan,
yeah. Our fans are crazy.
I want to say too, speaking of supporters, I was the only one who predicted y'all were going to
No. Ryan got us with the eUnited.
We went through
Ryan got us with the eUnited prediction.
Mine was tactical.
But I said you guys were going to play again. I said I thought you guys were going to play again, and I knew you guys would adapt. So
I knew what I was doing.
Every time us and United play, it's like we win, they win, we win, they win, we win, they win. It fell into place for like us to be the one that just lost going into finals.
And that finals sort of format definitely favors you guys as well when it comes to the map pool, right? You guys obviously have made it very known. You have a very deep map pool, right? So for me, the X factor was getting past those first few maps that you'd already played. Once you get past those first 2, as long as the series is relatively close, the map pool really what takes over from there. So I thought that was one advantage.
Except training grounds, but
facts. Yeah.
We've played training 0 times.
Literally.
Oh wow.
You guys have played that map like a million times in general. That map's been around since like the day the game came out.
8 months ago.
I thought you guys were going to win on Regency, and for you guys to win on training 5 maps straight, that just shows you were the better team. You guys are the better team. That's why you guys are the champions.
We were laughing going into training because we knew like even if they won, we weren't going to care because we don't really play it even in scrims. So we knew like Regency and Clocktower down the line, like we were feeling real good.
Wow. That's amazing. Winning a championship on a map that you guys don't even play. I mean, that's just a cherry on top to me. Affinity, Avexys, once again, congratulations. I'm sincerely proud of the both of you, and I can't wait to see you in Split 4. Do it all again.
Yeah, hopefully.
One more time. We're going to defend it.
We'll keep sweating.
I'm going to defend it.
Chris, we're calling you a Poe-Up later. You know what it is.
Hell yeah. I got whiskey weight.
Congrats, yo. Congrats,
there we go.
All right, love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Incredible. I mean, my goodness, Ribs, Ryan, these guys worked so hard to be here, and they made it happen, and that's beautiful. It really is. And I know for everybody out there, inherently a RushieZ fan or not a RushieZ fan like Ryan, they still shared this victory in some way because they know that RushieZ, it took a while to get here, and they finally did it. Just amazing.
I am I'm very happy for the players. I'm very happy for the organization. I'm also so happy for their fans. Their fans have stuck with them for so long through iterations of the roster, through the ups, through the downs. I mean, those fans have stuck with them for so long. They've gone to war in the Twitch chat. They've gone to war on social media. So I'm really happy that they get to experience this as well, that they get to celebrate these players because these are obviously incredible players that have been worth celebrating for a very long time. Now they get their chance to kind of be on top. They get their chance to be the champions. So I'm just so happy for really everyone involved. Like I said, I came into this finals knowing like no matter what, this is just such a feel good finals, right? You get organizations that have been so supportive. You get players who have never won before. You get the fans who get to celebrate something new. It's a different team winning, right? We've had KCP winning for a while, and I love those guys, but it's nice to have some variation once in a while too. So
it is.
This was a picture perfect, ending for me. Again, I couldn't be more happy that RushieZ ended up getting a championship. I can't say enough about the support they've had for Gears Esports as well. So even if you're not a fan of RushieZ, please make sure you go and congratulate all of those players. Congratulate that organization because they have helped support your game for so long.
Well, let's start recapping the event. It was a long one, but a fun one, highly entertaining. Winners finals. We see eUnited beat Kansas City Pioneers. The first time that we have seen KCP lose in winners finals, and well, that spelled trouble because when they went to losers finals to play against RushieZ, well, RushieZ ended up getting the best of them, and I know that felt good. Not to mention RushieZ in that 3-0 victory, Ribs. When I saw them beat Pittsburgh Knights, was casting out with Toby. When I saw the way they played against PK, I had genuine thoughts that RushieZ could win this major. That performance was so dominant that I knew that was going to carry over to potentially grand finals.
Yeah, of course. I mean, when we saw our top 4 in general, I mean, losers or winners, you know these are the 4 best Gears teams in the world. Undoubtedly, there is no argument to it. Any of these teams can win at any time, and like Affinity said, if you could beat one of these top teams, if you could 3-0 a team like Knights, surely you can make the run that they made, and this is what you see right here. 3-2 against Pioneers, 5-2 against eUnited with 5 straight maps. The same team that just beat you the night before. So no, it was just, like I said, a very storied finish to this spring major, and I still can't wait to see what we see in the summer major and RushieZ trying to defend their first ever title. It's just, like I said, I keep using the word it's storied, but it almost feels scripted, and I love every second of it.
Oh, it's amazing. And if they win the final major too, talk about just wonderful. But they're going to have some competition, I'm sure, because everybody knows it's going to be the final major. So it is going to be at a peak in terms of competitiveness, and I can't wait to get that. But we're still here in this moment, right, with RushieZ being the champions, and we have to crown an Astro Gaming MVP. And it should come to no surprise for everybody out there. It was INZEM. That man absolutely played out of his mind, boys. Ryan, I mean, come on, talk about closing it out in such a way that he did.
He was absolutely incredible all tournament long, but he was especially incredible in the grand finals. You heard his teammates gassing of what he was doing on the map as well. Lenny, incredible Dragon Ball Z Fighters player, even more incredible Gears 5 player. He was doing his thing all event long. A huge reason why this team was playing at such a high level, man. His slaying potential is out of control. Of course, we know his mechanical skill is bar none. He was just incredible all weekend long. We were just looking at all the stats, all the plays, all the moments. We're like, it has to be this guy. It just has to.
Yeah. He went to DBZ, he channeled his inner Goku, and he went Super Saiyan to the max. INZEM MVP, truly amazing. Ribs, you were watching him slay out. You were, it seems like, consistently on his POV because you couldn't get off of it.
Oh yeah, and that statement about Goku, you don't know how much Lenny's gonna love you for that. But no, I've seen this kid evolve from the player he used to be, and Fran would say the same thing. He didn't used to have the mentality that he has now, but I mean, he just changed so much. And for him to get his first championship and also get an MVP, it's just so perfect. And you heard what Affinity said in these final moments to win the championship, to seal the deal. He took over the comms. He calmed down his whole team. He not only put up these amazing stats throughout this weekend: 2.69 KD, damage per respawn 16,000. I mean, these numbers are out of control. Lenny, you are the best player in the world currently. Congratulations on your first championship and an MVP to top it off. This is just a perfect moment for one of my favorite players, honestly. The fact that he plays other games, fighting games, he's just immensely talented, and he just continues to improve day in and day out. Huge congratulations to INZEM, and yeah, that's our MVP. It could have been a few other players too, but no, it's INZEM, and he deserved every second of it.
But Ryan, isn't it funny because it's in a way poetic? Again, I keep using that word, but that's really what this is. It's a Cinderella story for INZEM. He plays incredibly well with that old Hive roster and wins MSP, right? I mean, we only had a few of them, but he wins one and then doesn't find the championship after that, ends up retiring, going to DBZ, coming back, and now he is champion. So he's one of the very few players to win an MSP as well as a major. It's pretty awesome.
No, it certainly is, man. Like I said, he's always been an absolutely incredibly skilled player, an incredibly valuable player. I'm sure he's known that his maturation process over the course of the last months, years, whatever it is a huge part of why he's now finding so much success. So it's been incredible to watch him kind of continue to get better and better and better. Of course, we have one event left. I'm excited to see what he has in store for us. I'm excited to see what this RushieZ team has in store for us because they're looking incredible, and he's a huge part of that.
Man, we had so many great moments. Obviously, we just saw a highlight reel that INZEM obviously was the main star of, but now it's time to give some respect to another RushieZ member, DeTox, who had a wonderful 3K. He earned your eSwap X Pro Controller Play of the Day. Ribs, what went down?
Oh yeah, and I remember this play. I went over to Fran and I said, this is such a DeTox-esque play. I mean, the way he moves in between these shotgun shots, not many players, even top players, know how to angle their wall bounces like this. And there's just I mean, he misses a shot there, but he's also making TJ and Powerz miss the immediate switch to the pistol. And this is a hyper intense moment. Look at the score, Ryan. 195 to 256. They potentially lose this map, and all the momentum goes back to United. This is incredibly important play of the day. DeTox, you played all out of your mind throughout this weekend. Great play of the day there.
Yeah, we were going nuts in the observer room watching that happen and watching that play go down. Obviously, like you said, it was a huge, huge moment. So an incredible choice for the play of the day. Again, DeTox has also been on another level this weekend. His improvement in general, by the way, has been one of the coolest things to see, I would say, over the last couple seasons, right? Like where he kind of started and where he is now is so, so cool. So he's one of the players that I'm just so, so happy to see get a championship because he truly earned it. He is now one of the best players in the world, and he worked his way up, right? He wasn't always on top 3, top 2, top 1 teams, right? He had to start from the Challenger Series, then he got up into the pro, sort of the pro mix, and now he finds himself as a champion. So it's just an incredible story. I love his interviews as well, by the way. I love his his approach. He's so fun to listen to, and he's so fun to watch.
Good looking guy too. Are you kidding me, bro? He had me wanting to go to the gym immediately after that interview, looking as jacked as he was. So DeTox, he's an incredible guy. And I remember when he joined that RushieZ roster. Remember, he placed Fran at one point. So he had pressure on him. Really, the spotlight was on him. And you remember that split? He delivered. He absolutely did. So again, it feels awesome to have RushieZ win the entire thing. Speaking of which, let's take a look at our final standings as we close out the day. We know who got first and second. RushieZ winning $56,000. eUnited taking 30, but also Pioneers, Pittsburgh Knights rounding out fourth. But let's give some respect where respect is due. Abuelos y sus Nietos, they had a great split, a great season, and they honestly played very well. Alongside that of Rebel, a big roster change, yet they get 5th through 6th. I'm proud of Identives and his crew. Defiance, Team Case will round out 7th and 8th. A lot of money was passed around, but RushieZ will get the majority of it, Ryan.
Yeah, a lot of money for a nice weekend of gears. Congratulations to RushieZ for taking home that big chunk of change. But congratulations, of course, to all the teams that placed top 8 this weekend. You guys all put on an awesome performance. You gave the fans so much fun to watch on all 4 of our streams, by the way, because we got to do Alpha Charlie and Delta, or Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta this weekend. A whole lot of streaming coming out of the studios. So was super excited to show you guys that. But it was an incredible weekend, man. Like I said, congratulations to all the teams filling out the top 8. Thank you guys so much for coming out and competing and putting on this show you put on.
Amazing show, and you guys' talent. I mean, Analyst Desk breaking it down all week, and obviously I joined, in the last second, but Fallout was incredible. I love the digs that he was giving, but you guys were throwing it back in ribs. I'm glad you stood up for yourself, babe, because normally they're bullying you on the desk, but this time around you were throwing some punches back.
Oh, no, it's all in love, and I have a great time every time I'm up here on camera with you guys. And honestly, production, they make it easy. You guys on the talent team make it easy, but ultimately the players. I mean, it's just so much fun. Even if I wasn't commentating or being an analyst, being on camera, I would be at home watching these guys play because they are just so talented at what they do, and I know how much time they put in to get where they are. So thank you to everybody. I mean, I love you guys all to death. I'm a big Gears guy. I've been around for like 12, 13 years in the Gears scene. So the fact that we only had 2 events left and these events just continue to just be as entertaining as the first ones were for me. So I love these events, and I'm so happy that a team like RushieZ could finally get their first chip with everybody here watching.
I'm happy as well. It's been an incredible weekend without question. Ryan, I know you had a bit of a heartfelt sentiment that you said a bit earlier, but you know me. I've got to always pass it back for your final words, brother, because we're closing out the weekend. What do you got to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm saving the big emotion probably for the last event. But no, this event has been incredible. Of course, we only have 2 more of these left now. After today, going to be 1 more of these. But this was just an absolutely incredible and very, very memorable major. This was just such a blast to watch. We came into this event knowing the competition was at such an incredible just level, right? I mean, we've seen these teams get better and better. The matchups getting closer and closer. You heard Affinity say, if you can beat one of them, usually you can beat all of them because we're so closely matched. So this event truly delivered. Thank you guys so much at home for watching all weekend long. We could not do it without you guys' support. Thank you guys so much for all the players, right? Challenger players, pro players, whoever it may be. Of course, a massive thank you to all of our production team, talent team, tournament operations team. You guys are the ones that make all of this go around and make my life easy to sit up here and get a chance to still be on the desk sometimes. Because honestly, if I didn't have such an incredible team helping me run these events, I would not be able to sit here in front of this camera and get to talk about Gears with you guys. So thank you all so much for helping make these happen. Of course, the coalition for making this all possible. I love meeting with you guys. I'll see you guys bright and early on Tuesday. And I'm excited just to first off have a drink with my friend Chris for winning his first event. I'm really excited to do that. And then I'm happy to get some sleep and hang out with my daughter tomorrow and then get back to work.
Beautiful. And Ryan, I love working with you personally. We've been working together for many years, and it's always been a blast. Ribs, I've been working with you now for a couple of years too. What are your final words before we get out of here?
Oh, no, it's always an honor and a pleasure. Thank you to everybody who made this show happen. Of course, congratulations to RushieZ. I mean, I love that team to death, and I'm just so happy to see them finally get their first win. And yeah, I mean, we knew this was the second to last major. We're going to have the summer major coming up in a couple months, and I just hope it runs as smooth as this one has and all the other ones do.
Well, Ribs, Ryan, you know me. I've got to list everybody for the event, so I'm about to drop some governments, and it's going to be a lot of fun because I'm closing out the show, baby. Hey, the spring major was incredible, and RushieZ, congratulations for getting the victory. For myself, Taylor, Reflections, Noble, Ribs, Ryan, Ashes, Fallout, Toby, Colin, Jacob, we love all of you, our production team, you in chat. Hit that follow button if you haven't already because Gears Pro League will be back for one more split. We would love to have you. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful night.